Live and local, it's time for Fan Sports Sunday. If the weekend is a big desert for sports talk, think of this show as an oasis.
Yes, here we go.
Come drink from our pool of hot takes as you quench your thirst with. I thought I was going somewhere, but I'm not. So let's just start the show. Here's Elon Musk.
Okay, not Elon Musk. They got to change that intro. Cole's to my right, by the way.
No, I'm Jeff Bezos, I think.
Jeff Bezos, there we are. Cole's to my right.
I'm jacked and I'm in my 50s, if not 60s.
Rhymetime, by the way, the 50s joke is not appropriate today because I am in my 50s, but whatever. I know I don't look 50. I look 60, but I am in my 50s, just so you know. So Cole's here with me today. I'm Tito. Rhymetime over there running things for us behind the board. And we appreciate you tuning in today for Fan Sports Sunday, here until 7 o'clock before we give way to the NBA All-Star Game festivities, which we will rip later on.
Please.
I know. There's a lot to talk about today. Cole, let's start talking about the Ohio State game. By the way, no, let's do this first, because I want you to keep listening. We have Kevin McGuff on at 4:30. We have Buster Douglas on at 5 o'clock. Buster Douglas, former heavyweight champion, on at 5 o'clock. John Gerber, our betting expert, is going to join us as well. We will also have our normal Sunday guest, Mekka Don, will join us. He'll be on later on as well. Lots of stuff going on today. So, tough loss for the Buckeyes today, Cole. It was a 3-point loss to Michigan, a game that Ohio State didn't play well enough to win, but somehow was still in contention down the stretch. We had the air ball by Bruce Thornton.
Which one?
Well, the last one's the one that counts. The last one.
Hey, that three in the corner didn't look good either last time I checked.
It didn't. I know. You're right. And the Buckeyes now, I think it was their last chance to get a real quality win before the Big Ten tournament, because they got 6 games left now. And I know they've got Northwestern coming here. They play at Indiana, but still, this was the game that they really could have done something against the team that did first place, the Big Ten, and ranked 20th. Could have been a big win for Ohio State today. I still think they should be fine for the tournament. I think they will, unless they completely tank down the stretch. You know, if they win half of their games going in, I think they'll be fine because their strength of schedule is so tough. They've got enough Q1 wins. But my God, this is a tough loss today.
Yeah, it is tough, and the fans are ticked off about it. I hate to say it because I agree with you. I think that this doesn't have tremendous bearing on what's going to happen with the tournament and all that. I think it's really going to come down to conference tournament play with this team in terms of their ability to squeak their way in. Are they going to be solidified in as a team? Are they going to have to play one of those first 4 games in Dayton? Either way, I mean, this is one that really sits poorly with you, especially with it being Michigan. And just a close loss like that, you really wanted to solidify yourself. The good thing about this team and their resume, they don't have really any embarrassing losses, but they are really predictable, I think, in terms of you can go through the schedule and you can go, okay, they're going to lose to this team, they're going to beat this team, and this one's 50-50. That's kind of what they do this year. They lose to the teams that they should, they beat the teams that they should, and then the ones that are about on par with them, it's a coin flip. So I think that's really frustrating for fans at this point.
They've got 5 games left, not 6. They play host Northwestern, at UCLA, at USC, host Nebraska, at Indiana. Right now, they're sitting on 15-11, 7-8 in the conference. So 3-2 would get them to 18-13, and will get them to 10-10 in the conference. And like I said, we'll see what happens in the Big Ten tournament. That could be what determines if they get in or not when it's all said and done. Now, they have Northwestern next here on Thursday. Northwestern has not won a road game yet this year. They're 0-8 on the road. So then they have to travel out to UCLA, at to USC. UCLA is obviously a very good team. USC, and then host Nebraska and play at Indiana. If they go 2-3 in that stretch, then I think they've got to win 2 games in the Big Ten tournament.
Yeah, that puts you at 9-11 in the conference. That would put you, again, because there's a giant glut in the middle. There's a huge middle class in the Big Ten. And so I think the conference tournament is going to be what separates that middle class. Mm-hmm. And so you'd like to see yourself, because the Big Ten usually takes about 8 or 9 teams. Mm-hmm. So kind of following along with that logic, you'd like to be in the top 8 or 9 of the conference. But again, you don't have any humiliating losses. And the fact of the matter is, as much as a lot of us are not impressed with this basketball team, 68 teams have to make the tournament, and we know that they have a power conference bias.
Sure.
Whether we like it or not, because I don't think that anybody who finishes 8th or 9th in their conference, you had 3 months to distinguish yourself as one of the best teams in the conference. You didn't do that. I would actually rather take someone who finishes 2nd in a lesser conference, but we've seen that they have a propensity to not do that. So the fact of the matter is, they got slots to fill, and you might be watching March basketball with this team, late March basketball, whether I like it or not.
Well, and it's tough to leave a team with Kentucky, Purdue,
that too.
Maryland. It's tough to team a team with those wins on their resume outside of the tournament.
That's the part, like when you say it's predictable, that I did not think they would, 1, beat Kentucky, or 2, beat Kentucky like they did. I didn't think they would beat Maryland after getting their butts kicked the first time and then being down by 17 in the first half. So I guess I don't know if they're that predictable, but you think that for the most part, though, okay, so going forward, then you think, okay, they're host Northwestern, at UCLA.
Loss.
At USC.
And then we got 3 coin flips.
Nebraska, Indiana.
I think the big key here is going 2 out of 3 against USC, Nebraska, Indiana to finish the season. I think that's
going 2 out of 3 there.
Because you got 3.
I think they beat Northwestern.
Yes. Oh, for sure.
They beat Northwestern. At UCLA, it will be tough.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one.
I need Cole to knock on some wood about having no bad losses, because that Northwestern one, after you get up for...
It can't be a loss.
It can't be a loss.
No.
But that's
No
the thing.
way.
They haven't yet. They haven't had a bad loss. I don't think it will be.
Yet is what you're saying.
Do you think
I heard an emphasis on yet.
Yeah, and just hearing that just makes me nervous that we need to knock on some wood so it doesn't happen.
Ohio State has not had a bad loss yet. They lost to A&M.
Not an embarrassing loss.
They lost to A&M by 14. They lost to Pitt by 1 in a crazy game. The Maryland loss, I might contend, even the Auburn loss, were bad losses just because of the mark. I didn't expect them to win either of those games.
Fair.
But losing the way they did to Maryland and then losing by 28 to Auburn, I might call those bad losses.
I'm going to say you're misreading that. I think that's 38 to Auburn. That's even worse. So, yeah,
90,
2 games that were nowhere near close. Still,
right, 38. I can't do my math.
No, you're right. But
no,
I mean,
okay.
you're
I say
overarching.
Stupid today? Yes, that's what it was.
Your overarching point still remains. But when it comes down to it, and listen to the talk, and I don't know what they're talking about with the committees, but when they talk about it on TV and they're breaking down the resumes and they're debating, who are the last 4 in, who are the first 4 out, they're not really talking about margin of victory in these kinds of games. They're just talking about, here are the key wins, here are the key losses. Ohio State's key losses at this point are 2 really good teams. I'll say maybe I'm a curse, because the 2 games I went to this year were Pitt and Indiana, and those 2 games were carbon copies of one another, where you had leads, you blew them, then you had leads in overtime, and you blew those leads too.
Now we found the common thread.
You can all
Take
blame
that
me
for data.
Exactly, David Fitzdale. So you can all blame me if this team doesn't make the tournament, but what I'm telling you, and I think you agree with this, is that you can blame their conference tournament performance, because I think that is what's going to separate the middle class in the Big Ten.
I think they've got to get 2 wins probably.
Well, we saw with the bracket preview yesterday by the selection committee that I took it that they value quad 1 wins. Like Houston only has 5, and they were the last 2 seed. But if you look at Ohio State, they have 4 quad 1 wins and sit 27th in the net. That's a tournament team.
I think it is 2.
Yeah. I don't think they deserve it, but they are. But that's just because we have so many teams. And Rhymer, where are you at with this whole expansion that's allegedly taking
place? Don't let it happen.
Well, you're going to be cemented as a team.
Yeah.
They're going to have, especially with the SEC this year, the SEC is going to have the whole conference going into the tournament.
Yes, yeah, they'll have everybody in. SEC will have everybody in this year. That's the way it's going to be. That's all it's going to be. It's going to end up, all the sports will be just SEC and Big Ten, and then, whatever. Who cares?
I just need the Big West to be a 2-bid league.
Name one. Is this Montana State?
UC Irvine and UC San Diego.
Shoot, I'm thinking Big Sky.
Yeah, you can't. You're putting 2 in the Big West?
It won't happen, but
what about Long Beach
I want
State?
it to be. I just want those 2. UC Irvine and UC San Diego both need to be in.
This West Coast bias over here.
Yeah, I don't get it. You're not from the West Coast.
They play a very fun brand of basketball.
What are their nicknames?
They'll make some noise.
What are their nicknames?
That I don't know.
This and that.
Big fan. Yeah, I bet they end in S.
Hey, I just watch the games. It looks they play a fun brand of basketball.
Is it because you're betting on them?
No.
Or you just so happen to be betting on them when you were already going to watch
college
anyway?
basketball that much. I'm watching Big West basketball.
I'll tell you, because if any of my friends ever text me saying, "Hey, I got a lean in the UC Irvine, UC San Diego game," I'm saying I got a number for you to call.
And look, hey, I'm not. You could put it right in my veins because I do have money on Scotty Scheffler being top 5 today. Okay, so just put it right there if you want to.
You and
That's
Vegas
fine.
got a golf group chat going. I know he loves the gamble on golf.
Here we go. Scotty Vegas, different level. Different. If you follow him on Twitter, different level. Scotty's playing chess. I'm playing checkers. That's what's happening. Scotty is so good at betting golf. There are sites that have said you are no longer, this is honest to God, you are no longer allowed to bet golf on our site. That's how good he is at it.
He's breaking down backswings.
Look,
He knows the dew point.
We've got John Gerber on, our golf betting expert, later on in the show, and he also is just as good. But, yeah, Scotty and Gerber, they're like different levels as far as where that goes. But certainly, if you need a phone number, we can provide it for you because I've probably called it maybe. All right, coming up next, we talked about coming up March Madness, and the Ohio State women's team firmly entrenched, ready to roll in March Madness. They will definitely be in the tournament. We'll talk to Kevin McGuff, the head coach for Ohio State, next. This is Fan Sports Sunday on The Fan.
Winners of the prestigious Platinum Microphone Award every year, given to the best radio station in the world. No need to look it up. It's real. The Fan.
Attention hockey fans, score the ultimate experience powered by Verizon.
Verizon is giving 2 lucky winners the chance to win 4 tickets to the 2025 Navy Federal Credit Union NHL Stadium Series at Ohio Stadium on March 1st. Plus 50 participants will have a chance to win a $50 gift card. Just stop by a participating Columbus Verizon store by February 18th to enter.
Get your shot at this unforgettable experience. Hurry to a participating Columbus Verizon store today to enter.
Must be legal U.S. resident of Ohio, age 18 years or older to enter. Void where prohibited. For official rules and full details, visit 971thefan.com/Verizon. At Twin Peaks, they're proud to offer an exclusive and extensive collection of some incredibly rare bourbons, whiskeys, and tequilas. Plus, check out their barrel selects that are handpicked by their team and bottled just for you. Supply is limited. Check with your favorite location to see what they're pouring. Cheers.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more. With AutoPay plus taxes and fees, plus $5 per line without AutoPay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Motorola Edge on us with 24 monthly bill credits and new line for well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 per line connection charge. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
Listen to Financially Fit Radio with Corey Sickles this Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on 1460 ESPN, covering topics like what you need to know about annuities and how to stay healthy and enjoy retirement. Financially Fit Radio this Saturday at 9 a.m. on 1460 ESPN. I need a small order of sheet metal to repair something in the shop. It's not much, but can you help me out?
At Metal Supermarkets, no order is too small.
Wait, really?
Yep.
What about small home projects?
Yep.
For a car I'm working on?
Yep.
Any kind of metal?
Yep.
Cut to size?
Yep.
With no minimum order?
Yep.
How about 1,000 cut pieces of aluminum flat bar?
Yep. Choose from over 8,000 types, shapes, and grades of metal in any quantity you need. And yes, we're serious. Any metal, any size, ready fast. Locally owned on Wilson Road.
At AAA, it's our policy to look on the plus side, and AAA Plus members tend to take the same view. Take Martin. Last Monday, his coffee surprised him with an extra 10 degrees of Fahrenheit. It was just the jolt of energy he needed. Later, when he walked into a door, he was happy to provide entertainment for his coworkers.
I'm okay.
And when his car battery took early retirement, he knew expert roadside assistance was only a call away.
Hello, AAA.
Become a AAA Plus member and experience peace of mind on the plus side. Towing is subject to a 7-day waiting period. Terms and conditions apply.
Fish has been named the third best sports program director in the country. The two dudes who finished ahead of him are dead. So we're declaring him the winner. You're listening to the home of champions, the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Master Grillers Unite. The grilling season never ends at Billiards Plus. Come see their best-in-class grills for yourself and check out Central Ohio's largest selection of pool tables, game furniture, and shuffleboard. Family-owned and operated. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals with savings beyond low prices. Like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Save big on this family favorite. Red, green, or black seedless grapes are only $1.88 a pound with your card and digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
It's been a great run. Care Heating and Cooling has achieved goals I could only imagine 30 years ago. But now it's time for the next generation to take over. This is Mike Weens, now the retired founder of Care Heating and Cooling with my sons, Dennis and Ryan.
Dad, I remember you saying that a family business should reflect family values, that a customer deserves to be treated with kindness and compassion.
And those values will never change. The reputation you built for being fair and honest is our greatest asset.
In fact, in 2024, Care was awarded a BBB Torch Award for ethics and named the Lennox Partner of the Year.
You don't earn those awards by leaving cat toys behind. It's an honor to continue serving Central Ohio as a locally owned, family-run business.
So, whether you need a tune-up, repair, or just honest advice, Care is here for you.
Call Care Heating and Cooling at 1-800-COOLING or schedule an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com. When you need a company you can trust.
Ohio State Buckeye fans, it's time for the annual Pink Game with Ohio State women's basketball. Join us February 17th at 12 p.m. at the Shot to cheer on the Buckeyes as they take on Iowa in a thrilling matchup. Don't miss out on themed games, unforgettable fan experiences, and ultimate Buckeye traditions. Buy your tickets and gear up for game day at ohiostatebuckeyes.com.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island.
Next on Metro's Nada Yada Island podcast.
I almost fainted when the 4 new bombshells arrived. 4 free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G phones at Metro.
No way.
And finding out the 4th line is free. Ooh, things got heated.
That's wild. Join Metro and get 4 free Samsung 5G phones. Only at Metro.
Plus tax. Bring 4 numbers and an ID and sign up for any Metro Flex plan. Not available currently at T-Mobile or been with Metro in the past 180 days.
For a limited time at Speedway, get 2 big pizza slices and your favorite Coca-Cola 20-ounce for only $5 with Speedy Rewards. Choose from classic 3-cheese, pepperoni, or extreme meat pizza. Save big with the $5 meal deal with Speedy Rewards. Only at Speedway. Valid through 3/4/25. See app for full terms.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here from my friends at High Bank Distillery Co., located right here in Columbus. Introducing their newest product, 614 Vodka, Ohio's house vodka. Perfect to make a drink at home or try when you're out at your favorite local restaurant. Learn more at 614vodka.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
As we go into tonight, though, chance of snow showers turns down, and we have mostly cloudy skies overnight with lows in the teens. For Monday, partly sunny with highs in the 20s. However, with gusty winds, the feels like could get down into the teens or single digits. Stay safe, everyone. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with your 10 weather impact forecast.
Here's a listener tweet. Can I tase Common Man in the nuts? Fine by us, but he may like it. Common Man and Tebow.
Weekdays from 3 to 6.
The Fan. Garnish your Bloody Mary with sports talk. You're listening to Fan Sports Sunday.
All right, Fan Sports Sunday. Tito, Cole, Reimer with you until 7 o'clock. And now we are joined on the Bryant Heating Cooling System Fan Guest Hotline. Ohio State women's basketball head coach Kevin McGuff joins us. Kevin, you had the trip out west and played UCLA and USC, and then came back and beat Minnesota. You've got the big game against Iowa tomorrow at noon. That game will be on Fox. I'm curious, couple of tough losses out west. Did you learn anything about your team in those 2 games?
Yeah, 2 tough losses. We played hard and really competed at a high level versus UCLA. I thought our defense was excellent. But we didn't make a lot of shots. And I think if we could have made some shots, we had to put ourselves in position to win the game. And then, similar to USC, I didn't think we played as well against USC. and also didn't make some shots. So unfortunately, what I learned is, we're not shooting it great right now, so we got to find some other ways to win, and we got to get back to scoring the ball a little bit better.
When you're playing against someone like Juju Watkins, how did you decide to defend her, and would you do it differently the next time if you play USC?
Yeah, she's an incredible player, and, we did a nice job on her. She missed her first, I think, 9 or 10 or 11 shots or something like that. And what we did is we got up and pressured her and also crowded her driving lanes because she really likes to get to the rim. And, we kind of forced her into some tough mid-range shots. So that was fine. We just didn't rebound the ball. And then, we let their post players score a little bit too much around the basket. But we had a good plan for Juju. We just didn't do the other things to put ourselves in position to win.
So I know UCLA has got their size is really what makes them, I think, a better team than a lot of teams in the country, is UCLA's ability inside and all that. And do you think, I know you mentioned the rebounding deficiencies, I guess, in the last couple of games, but do you think you have the size to make a deep, deep run in the NCAA tournament?
Well, we'll see, but UCLA is very unique. I mean, they've got a 6'7" center. It's one of the most unique players in college basketball. She makes you make a lot of decisions on defense, and our post defense is going to be something that we're going to have to be mindful of. And I don't think we can get to where we want to go just playing one particular type of post defense. I think we're going to have to play chin on shoulder behind, what we call it. We're going to have to front at times. We're going to have to trap it at times and really have the ability to execute multiple looks for the other team if we're going to be successful.
With this gauntlet that you're in right now, with the 2 tough games out in California, plus the really tough win against Minnesota, looking ahead, your next 5 games to finish out the season, 4 of them are against teams with a winning record in the conference. So what do you need to do as a coach to keep your team on the straight and narrow heading into conference tournament play?
I'm really trying to lock in on a couple specific areas. Just myself driving those, and one of them is rebounding. We haven't been rebounding the ball very well, so we're watching a lot of film on that, coming up with different ways to hold people accountable and work on that in practice. And then the other is we play with really good pace on offense, but we kind of go from really fast to really slow. And so we got to get a little more flow into our half-court offense, especially off of misses. And so those are 2 areas that I'm really trying to push and drive and help us get better at as we kind of head down the backside of the season.
Kevin McGuff joins us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. I know they came out with the way they do the thing now with they release the top 16 teams, the top seeds by region and all of this, where they do it in advance of the NCAA tournament and all of that. They'll do it for a few weeks to drum up interest. I'm curious, you guys were a 3 seed in what was released. Do you pay attention to that? Does your team pay attention to that? Or or do you tell your team, don't even look at that?
Yeah, I personally don't pay attention at all. I'm not even kidding. I didn't even know that we were that seed and it came out already. But I
gave you the breaking news. There you go, Kevin.
Perfect. Matter of fact, I told I talked to the team about it today. I said, it's really about this all season, but this time of year, it's about Iowa tomorrow, and that's it. And once we get through that game, it's about practice, then at Indiana, and that's all we're thinking about. I think anything past that is distracting, and I don't like to think about it. I can't tell you if our players don't look at it or think about it at times, but for me personally, it's just noise and distraction, so I try to block it out as much as possible.
Jacob, edit that out because we don't want to have it on the air that he said that, because he doesn't want his players to know we're not going to talk about it going forward. But being a top 4 seed is important because of the home games.
Yeah, no question. It's a big deal, and like I said, we could play ourselves into it. We could certainly play ourselves out of it because we've got a very difficult schedule here down the stretch.
On that topic, would you consider those 2 losses in California to be a bit of a wake-up call for your team, considering how successful they were leading up to that point?
Well, realistically, we love to get information and learn off of tough wins, but it just always doesn't happen that way with young people. And so I hopefully we can take what we learned there and the fact that we didn't win because we've been accustomed to winning and just apply it to practice and maybe a little more hunger, a little more focus, a little more attention, and hopefully that drives us in the right direction here to get a little bit better here in the next couple weeks.
Kevin McGuff joins us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling System Fan Guest Hotline. As you head into, you get the Iowa game here tomorrow at noon. By the way, go out there and check it out. I promise you, if you go out there to the game, you will be entertained. Watch this team play. They're a lot of fun to watch. You got Iowa tomorrow at Indiana, host Purdue, host Michigan State, who's ranked 22nd, at Maryland 17th. In the next 5 games heading into the Big Ten tournament, what are you most focused on the team improving upon?
I would say our rebounding for sure. A little bit of our defense and just our flow from, transition to offense. And then I guess kind of a side note, and I think this has been kind of the overarching theme of our season so far, is just I think ultimately what's going to decide what the end of our season looks like is our consistency. Because, a lot of times you talk about that, it's like, well, we're playing well right now. We had a bad stretch. We're talking about games, but ours are even within certain games. I mean, we can play incredibly well for 2 or 3 minutes and then have a 2-minute spell where it's just bad. And so we've got to get consistency with this group. And if we can do that, I like our chances to have a great finish to the season.
Kevin, we appreciate the time, bud. Good luck tomorrow against Iowa and down the stretch, and we'll talk again very soon as this team gets ready for the NCAA tournament. We're not going to say where you're seated at all yet. We're not going to talk about that until it gets released.
That's right. Perfect. Thank you. Well,
thanks
Kevin.
For
having me on.
You bet. Take care. That was Kevin McGuff, head coach of the Ohio State women's basketball team, joining us there on the Bryant Heating and Cooling System Fan Guest Hotline. Coming up next, Mekka Don. Buckle up, folks. He's going to join us here on Fan Sports Sunday on the Fan.
We're the girthiest radio station in the history of radio. Uncomfortably girthy. This promo is uncomfortable. The Fan, Ohio's girth destination. Get Eco.
Aaron, I've been thinking. About what? About how you invented a way to fix ACs for free.
Get Eco.
When customers buy a new HVAC system, we give back all the money they paid us to repair their old system.
Yeah, I know. Up to $1,500.
Get Eco.
We're basically extending the life of their old system for free.
That's right. Those extra years are free. On me.
Don't you think it would be better if we said those extra years are a plus on us?
Sure. We can say that if you want.
I think it would be better.
Get Eco.
We don't want people to forget that you have a silent partner.
Remind me, how did we become partners?
Aaron, we became partners when you let me move into your spare office, and I began giving you free advice instead of paying rent.
Get Eco.
Oh, yeah. Now I remember. Best deal I ever made.
I feel that way, too.
Get Eco.
Eco. Plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians. GetEco.com.
That's are us. When dreams don't get in, that's are us. Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsareus.com. 380-225-BATH. That's are us. When dreams don't get in, that's are us.
There's a place where mishaps don't mean missing out. Welcome to AAA's The Plus Side, where a AAA Plus membership means that an empty gas tank won't keep you from a full day, where a flat tire doesn't have to deflate your mood, where being locked out doesn't mean you'll be out of luck for long, and where a dead battery can't stop you from being the life of the party.
Looks like you're all set here. Have a good rest of the day.
Because on the plus side, roadside mishaps don't have to ruin your day. With AAA Plus, you're covered with the gold standard in roadside assistance, whenever and wherever you need it. Tire changes, battery swaps, and emergency fuel are just a tap, click, or call away. AAA gets to you faster, and if you need a tow, we'll take you further, anywhere within 100 miles. Become a AAA Plus member today and experience the peace of mind that comes when you live on the plus side. Towing is subject to a 7-day waiting period. Terms and conditions apply. Service is only available from AAA and CAA in North America.
Hey friends, Beamer here. I got an update for you. Last week, 42 pounds in 8 weeks. If you're waiting on this week's results, it has been 9 weeks and I'm down 46 pounds, all thanks to my friends over at Awaken 180. To be honest with you, everything just kind of has changed. I feel better. I'm less lethargic. I look forward to getting up in the morning. I even look forward to running around with Willie at home, outside, all kinds of good stuff. It's been tremendous. And the secret to my success, it hasn't been a breakthrough, but my coach Natalie, she has been awesome. She tells me what to eat. She tells me when to eat it, which has really been nice for me. Big games, we know this last month has been crazy. She has been the health guru that I need. And also, I'm not snoring, so I'm sleeping better, which makes sense for all the energy that I have now. If you've ever thought that weight could be a problem for you, or if you're thinking about addressing it, let my friends at Awaken 180 tell you and show you how to do it. Let them show you how easy it is and give them a call. That's Awaken 180 at 844-346-1800. That's 844-346-1800 or online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals with savings beyond low prices. Like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Save big on this family favorite. Red, green, or black seedless grapes are only $1.88 a pound with your card and digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
A.J. Hawk won a national title, a Super Bowl, and a Lombardi Award, but his weekly appearance on Morning Juice Fridays at 8:33 is the real highlight of his career. If he tells you otherwise, he's lying.
Sponsored by FanDuel.
The Fan.
Attention hockey fans, score the ultimate experience powered by Verizon. Verizon is giving 2 lucky winners the chance to win 4 tickets to the 2025 Navy Federal Credit Union NHL Stadium Series at Ohio Stadium on March 1st. Plus 50 participants will have a chance to win a $50 gift card. Just stop by a participating Columbus Verizon store by February 18th to enter. Get your shot at this unforgettable experience. Hurry to a participating Columbus Verizon store today to enter.
Must be legal U.S. resident of Ohio, age 18 years or older to enter. Void where prohibited. For official rules and full details, visit 971thefan.com/Verizon.
They're trained. They're fired up.
Let's do it.
When you need heat, they can't be beat. They're Ohio State's undefeated heating and cooling team. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
President's Day savings all month long at your main Honda of Dublin. If you're searching for a Honda lease deal here in Central Ohio, you've come to the right place. Leasing allows you to enjoy flexibility in one of their sharp, reliable, awesome vehicles. I'm confident Rich and his team can tailor a lease that's right for you. Like a 2025 CRV LX all-wheel drive for $349 a month for 36 months, 30,000 miles with only $19.99 down. Germain Honda of Dublin on Sawmill Road, just south of 270.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Columbus, Worthington, Air, and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
During weekend programming, pants are optional.
Look at my butt!
However, leather chairs may have been a bad choice. You're listening to Fan Sports Sunday.
It is Fan Sports Sunday. I am Tito. Cole's to my right. Rhymetime back there running things. Trust me, if you haven't Rhymetime enough yet, we will get to college basketball talk. That is right in his wheelhouse, among other things. But now we go out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling System Fan Guest Hotline. Mekka Don joined us for our weekly talk with him. Mekka, you know, when I was younger, I remember, and I know I'm not as young as you, but when I was younger, though, there was a TV show called Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? And I think I need to play that with you every time we talk. Where in the world is Mekka Don?
Believe it or not, I'm actually in Ohio, Columbus, Ohio. I'm actually a little bit under the weather. I've been having the craziest kind of flu season, so I'm just trying to get myself back healthy, but I'm in Columbus, Ohio.
Did you go to the Buckeye game today, or did you stay home and watch it?
Stayed home. I wanted to actually take my son, but again, I wasn't feeling well. And so we watched it at home. My son was really, really sad after the loss because the last two, I guess he watched us lose to the team up north in football, and then now we lose to them in basketball. Like, why can't we beat them in anything right now? So that was a little annoying, but yeah, that was a tough loss.
I know your son is what? Is he 7 now?
He's 7. Yeah.
Okay. Does he have his driver's license yet? Because he's advanced everywhere else. Does he have his driver's license? No?
Not yet, although I did just get done teaching him how to mop. So,
of course you did, yes.
I can pivot around this house.
That's what you, hey, look, I get it. So the basketball team has a loss against Michigan today. Tough loss. And I know they don't have the best record, but they still seem like a tournament team to me going forward, don't they to you?
Yeah, I like this team, man. First of all, you got to shout out to Jake Diebler, man. I mean, just, his first season, full season, kind of as a head coach and, moving parts and pieces and guys leaving the team and guys transferring out, new guys coming in. He's really seemed to, have the team playing inspired basketball. Obviously there's some lapses, at different times and, obviously there's some rebounding issues today and we probably need some more, a better big presence as we keep moving forward. But he's developing these guys and it's actually a pretty exciting team to watch. So, the Big Ten is a gauntlet. Oh my gosh! I was looking at some of the standings. I was just like, man, I think we're 7 and 8, but we're right there with everybody talent wise. So I think we win a few more games and have a pretty good showing in the Big Ten tournament, and we'll be good.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, when he said, is this a tournament team?" You're like, "I think so." So how would you state your overall level of enthusiasm for where the program is at right now?
I'm excited, man, but I know Jake because I'm a little bit biased, I think. Maybe not, but, I know Jake and I believe in him. I also, and this is it's always going to come back to football with me sometime, but one of the things that I always tell people about Ryan Day, too, was that the players absolutely loved him. So when people try to compare him to other coaches that maybe hadn't won in the past, I was like, no, Ryan is different, that doesn't tell you the whole story, but it's an important part of the story. And I think that's also true with Jake, right? He has a lot of buy-in from players, and that bodes well, I think, in a lot of ways. First of all, for morale, for a long season, right? For how you handle with wins and losses, transfers, how you handle with adversity, deal with adversity, and then obviously recruiting. So for me, I think the program is in great hands. And, I think, if we can finish out strong this month and, like I said, have a good showing in the Big Ten tournament, I think we should all be really excited.
It's an interesting thing because the fact they hired him without really ever being a full-time head coach, obviously. He filled in interim basis after Holtman was let go last year and had success, had the big one against Purdue, a little bit of a run in the Big Ten tournament, didn't end the way that I think Ohio State fans wanted it to, but nonetheless, it was a guy who was hired by Ohio State with very little head coaching experience. Been a long time. I'm not even sure when the last time was. Maybe Randy Ayers, I guess, but and so there were times this year where after Ohio State would have a hiccup, I'd be like, is he the guy? But it seems like they bounce back enough. I feel like he's got the belief of he's got the buy-in from the players, though.
Yeah, and that's the other thing, too, with just kind of hiring all around. There's a balance that, either owners, if you're talking about professional sports, or kind of like the program, if you're talking about college sports, there's a balance that they have to do between going out there and hide, like we could have gone after Calipari or whatever last year, or kind of those type of things, versus, giving somebody else a chance. And at the end of the day, it's kind of like that chicken or egg thing. How do you get the experience if you don't have the experience? So it's like, no, he doesn't have experience. Well, how do you get it, right? You're going to have to eventually get it on the job. So sometimes you just have to believe in somebody, believe in their work ethic, believe in their values, kind of their leadership qualities, and take a chance. And, it can backfire. And when it backfires, everyone looks silly and everyone's yelling and screaming. But it can also work out really well. And so hopefully he continues doing what he's doing, and I think it'll prove to be a really good choice.
Mekka, I know we wanted Ohio State to get the win today, but now they're kind of put themselves in a position where they can't afford any bad losses finishing the regular season. We've seen Bruce be big. We've seen Devin Royal, who was huge today. Mobley's been getting hot. But who is somebody that you would like to see step up in this closing stretch of the regular season?
Maybe Bradshaw. I mean, we need a little bit more work from the inside, right? Some of the bigs. I think that would, it's just a little bit more consistency, a little bit more physicality, and someone that we can trust, down the stretch, and particularly rebounding. I mean, Michigan, one of the things that I noticed about Michigan, I hadn't really watched them play this year, to be honest, until today, is they're long. I mean, they have trees out there. And so, we gotta get some better play from our bigs. I was really impressed with Devin. I saw him play since high school, and what he's become. I mean, that's pleasant surprise for me. But yeah, if we could get some better play from our bigs, I think they could put us in a lot better situation to win some of these close games.
Mekka Don joining us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Obviously had the anthem for 2014 and 2024 with Buckle Up and 2 championships there. And I keep pressuring him to do one for 2025. Not sure if he will do it or not. You've got the documentary coming out on the Buckle Up and the creation of that and all the hype behind everything happened with it. Now, I know you had DeVere and I on. We interviewed with you, and I have not told anybody yet that I interviewed with it because I don't know if I'll be on the cutting room floor or in the documentary. I'm curious, when's the documentary coming out, and do I need to be afraid of being on the cutting room floor?
Let me tell you something. First of all, our goal is to have the documentary out in May. Worst case scenario will come out in the fall, but it's definitely coming out in 2025. We are looking for some more sponsors, by the way, so if anybody's interested in being a sponsor, send me a direct message. But listen, your interview and DeVere's interview was classic, man. We actually watched it the other day, and there's so many quotables from there. I can't even imagine a scenario where not only will you make it, but I think you'll make it a couple different times. So I felt like you put on your best performance that I've ever seen that day, and I think you maybe knew, like, hold on, there's a chance I may not make this thing if I don't give my best. So, no, you did a great job, man. I really do appreciate it. You actually added a lot of color to it. We're excited. We're excited. Thank you for doing that. We're excited to have you on it.
I can't wait to see it now. Should I hire an agent? Am I that prominent in the doc that I should have an agent?
You may be. Actually, when we get the final cut, we might have to sit down and renegotiate, And so I'll let you know for sure. We will be doing a premiere event and all that and stuff. You'll be invited to, of course. So
listen, I've already got fitted for a tux. I figure I'll be somewhere.
I love it. But yeah, we're really excited about it, man. Just, the whole Buckle Up moment was just a beautiful thing from beginning to end. We documented everything from even the day I recorded it in the studio last May to, before the season even started, and getting some performances that I had done. And, Shelly Meyer, Urban Meyer, Chris Carter's in it. There's a lot of big names, and just so I'm grateful that not only that we're putting it out, but that I was able to really capture all this footage and memorialize the moment for me, and obviously running alongside the Buckeyes all the way to a national championship. Super special. So,
just make sure at the premiere I'm seated either next to T.I. or Chuck D, one or the other. It doesn't matter which one. I'm saying either one, I'll be fine sitting next to them. By the way, you're usually a headliner, and just so you know, coming up in the next segment, we got Buster Douglas coming on. So you're kind of the opening act for him, but we got Buster Douglas on next.
Buster. Let me tell you something about Buster real quick. So, the first time I ever met Buster Douglas in my life, believe it or not, was after the 2014 season. And maybe this is why people think I'm going to do another song. I did a championship song called Undisputed after the very first CFP national championship. And I did that literally right after we won it. And then that year we shot a music video for it. And we were like, we need to get into a boxing gym because there's kind of a boxing theme in it. I was Mekka B. Jordan, right? And so we ended up just going up to Buster Douglas's boxing gym, literally. And he was there, and we just talked to him like, hey, we're shooting this. We would love to be able to use your gym. Next thing you know, Buster Douglas is in the video. He's my trainer in the video. Go watch it when you get a chance.
I will.
On YouTube. It's really, really good. Eddie George is in it. Zeke Elliott's dad was in it. I mean, it's an amazing video, right? And really, really well done, like cinematic. But Buster Douglas is actually my trainer in the video. He literally taught me how to box. That's the first time I ever met him. He's a great dude, man. So that's great. Tell him I said hello, please.
Sometimes I dream that he is me. Mekka Don at Mekka Don Music. Thanks, brother. We'll talk again next week.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one. Go Bucks.
Go Bucks, indeed. Thank you so much. Coming up next, Buster Douglas, former heavyweight champion, Columbus guy. We'll talk to him next. This is Fan Sports Sunday on The Fan.
If your idea of the perfect radio show is all Buckeyes all the time, then it's your lucky day, Slappy, the Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
The Fan. Get an Eco.
ECO.
Aaron, look what I invented.
Jerry, you're wearing a cape.
Get an Eco.
ECO.
What is it that you promise our customers, Aaron?
We come through for you when you need us to.
Get an Eco.
ECO.
Do you know who does that, Aaron?
We do?
Superheroes do that, Aaron.
Superheroes! I'm guessing you make capes for everyone?
That's right. Every plumber, electrician, and HVAC technician. But I'm not done, Aaron. I'm not done.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Now I'm inventing jetpacks so we can fly to the rescue like proper superheroes. Now say your line again.
We come through for you when you need us to?
No, say it like this. We come through for you when you need us to.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Jerry.
Yeah, Aaron?
How about we put those capes in the closet until you get the jetpacks perfected?
We'll look right when we take flight.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Eco. Plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians. GetEco.com.
Home values in Columbus are sky high, and you have a ton of equity. Your financial advisor thinks the market has peaked. So if you're thinking about selling, it's time. Except for two things. High interest rates will burn you on a new home loan, and you're not ready to move. Savvy financial advisors suggest Truehold's new Sell and Stay program. It's ingenious because they buy your home now while its value is high, but you can stay in your home as long as you want with an easy, affordable lease. Smart, right? Truehold will make you a solid cash offer, not a lowball offer like the others. It's based on your home's current value. The cash is yours to travel, pay off bills, or secure your retirement. And again, you can stay in your home with a comfortable lease. Truehold covers property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. See how much Truehold will pay for your home today. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out your home's value without moving. That's Truehold.com.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more. With AutoPay plus taxes and fees, plus $5 per line without AutoPay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Motorola Edge on us with 24 monthly bill credits and new line for well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 per line connection charge. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. The Fan. Sports Center.
And I'm Jacob Reimer. Another Sunday afternoon of hoops for the Ohio State basketball team, and it unfortunately ends in another tough loss, this time to Michigan. Bruce Thornton gets a great look for a floater to tie it in the final seconds, but it comes up just short, and Michigan wins 86-83. The Buckeyes had opportunities at the free throw line, going 18 of 27 there. Ultimately ended up being the difference in this one. Devin Royal led Ohio State in scoring with 26 points. Bruce Thornton followed with a pretty complete game of 17 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists, and John Mobley Jr. added 16. The 2 bigs for Michigan gave the Buckeyes some problems. Vlad Golan led with a 20-point, 10-rebound double-double, and Danny Wolf went for 17 points, 11 rebounds, and 5 assists. In his return to Columbus, Roddy Gale added 9 points and 8 rebounds off the bench. The Ohio State basketball team will look to bounce back from this one on Thursday when they welcome in Northwestern. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Sports talk, weekend style. You're listening to Fan Sports Sunday.
Indeed you are. Tito, Cole, Reimer with you. We are just the undercard because the main event comes up now. We are joined on the Bryant Heating Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Buster Douglas, former heavyweight champion of the world, Columbus native, former City League basketball player as well, joining us now. Buster, we just had Mekka Don on in our last segment, and he made sure to say hello to you because he said you were like the trainer for him in one of the videos he did back in 2014. And I also wanted to tell you that I think Wikipedia is lying because they're saying you're 64 years old. There's no way in hell, Buster, you're 64.
Yeah, they did. 64. Yeah, it don't seem like it, 64.
You can't be that old because that means I'm old also. I remember vividly watching your fight against Tyson. It was back in 1990 on February 11th when you shocked the world. Maybe it didn't shock you. Maybe it didn't shock Johnny Johnson, but you shocked the world with your victory over Mike Tyson. And I'm curious, as you look back on that now, how do you, it was such an improbable thing for many of the boxing fans, but do you get up, do you think, why in the hell wouldn't you pick me? I'm Buster Douglas. I was in great shape. Or do you understand why people are shocked by it?
Well, yeah, because, Tyson at that time was a wrecking ball. He was proven and definitely worthy of being heavyweight champion. And I had some good fights, but, nothing to compare to his. And it was just, it all came together. I just had people that believed in me and I believed in myself and made it happen.
So when you're in that fight, and I know you got knocked down at one point, and usually when Tyson knocks somebody down, the fight was going to be over very soon. For you, though, it was a different story. I'm curious, going into the fight, did you think, I've got the strategy to beat this guy? And then when you got knocked down, what was going through your mind at that point?
Well, no, listen, remember when my father said, don't get comfortable with your work. And that's when I started getting comfortable and looking at him and actually kind of sort of stopped fighting, wanted to look at him and mug him and say, so what do you think about me now? And he showed me by cracking me with a good uppercut and dropping me. And then I had to get back in there and finish the job.
Is he the hardest puncher you ever faced?
No, not at all.
Who was the hardest?
Actually, it was the guy I sparred with, sparring partner of mine, coming up. And but it's just that he was quick. He might have been one of the quickest guys, but he had good mobility and, good timing. So, but he wasn't like the hardest guy I ever faced, hardest puncher.
Sure. It feels like when you knocked him out, it forever changed the trajectory of his career, because after you did it, Buster, when you were able to dethrone Tyson, his first loss, first time being knocked down, knocked out, all of that, it seemed like you opened the door for other fighters to see him as not so invincible.
Right, made him human, dog. Made him more human.
And that's amazing to me, the way you're able to do that. Because, I watched Tyson growing up because he was on ESPN all the time on, their Friday night fights and stuff. He would fight 6 or 7 times in a year, knock everybody out in a round. And you did something that I didn't think was possible at the time. When you knocked him down, when you hit him with the punch to knock him down, and we saw him struggle to get up, he's looking for his mouthpiece, his eye is 5 sizes too big and all of that. What was going through your mind at that point?
And when he first went down, I thought he was going to get up. When I seen him searching for that mouthpiece, I figured he was hurt. I said, well, he might not make it. It looks pretty good that he's going to get counted out, because he started searching for that mouthpiece. And he would have been coherent. He'd have realized that he had more time if he just got up. The referee would have, counted and then got his mouthpiece and gave him more time to kind of gather himself. Get himself together. But, when I seen him searching for that mouthpiece, I kind of figured then that that's when he kind of realized that it was actually getting ready to happen.
Your life changed at that moment. As soon as he got counted out, as soon as you knocked him down, actually, as soon as we saw Tyson fall, regardless of what happened after that, but your life changed at that moment. And I'm curious what the next couple of days were like. First of all, the next hour for you after that, the next couple of days. I know you got very emotional, Ring, because of the passing of your mother. I know that motivated you quite a bit. But what was the next couple of weeks like for Buster Douglas?
It was a whirlwind. We were getting calls from any and everybody and getting invited to any and everything. So it was amazing. It was just like, overnight, flip-flops. Things changed. Went from the back of the line to the front of the line.
You had 6 inches on Tyson. How did that height advantage for you impact your strategy going into that fight?
Well, it didn't really. I think what it really was just my mobility, and was able to, keep him at a distance, not letting him stay too close up under me throughout the fight. Keeping him at arm's length, so to speak. Keeping him on the end of that jab and working off of it.
Buster Douglas joins us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling System Fan Guest Hotline. It's been 35 years ago on February 11th when he dethroned Mike Tyson and won the World Heavyweight Championship. And I think he might be the first heavyweight champion we've ever had on a show here at the Fan. I got to believe it is. Buster, I'm curious for you. You had plenty of fights before that. You fought for a title before that as well. What was different for you about this fight? Was there something different about the way you prepared for it, or something different about your execution or your mindset?
Most definitely, I prepared. I really put a lot of effort into it, and was mentally just focused. And as you said before, I was my second time at the fighting for the world title, and I had a lot of motivation to change things, and I felt very confident going into the fight. I felt more confident going into this fight than I did going into the first championship fight. I just felt ready and motivated, and wasn't willing to be denied.
You played football and basketball at Lyndon McKinley. Shout out to the City League, by the way, on that one. And I think you played on the state championship team back in 1977. At what point in your life, because you were a good football player, a good basketball player, at what point did you decide, or did you know, I am going to be a boxer?
After my junior year in college, I decided to get back into boxing, and I just felt motivated and felt like I had the focus to really do it. It was really determination, and it really grew, and I was more focused and ready to give it a shot.
Do you still have a belt somewhere? Like, do you have a championship belt in your possession?
Yeah, I wear it every day. I wear it up under my clothes.
Buster, I would do it if I look honestly,
for
Buster.
identification purposes.
Dude, I would do it if I were you. If I were Buster, if I was ever the heavyweight champion.
Go to the grocery store?
Yeah, I would wear it everywhere.
Yeah. After ID, I just unbuttoned my shirt and say, here.
Perfect. So when you had the time off and you came back and you started fighting again, and I'm curious what led to that. Why did you decide to have the comeback and start fighting again? You had success with it too.
It was just a part of getting back into life itself, because I had put on a lot of weight and let myself kind of get out of control, and had that episode, going into that diabetic coma, and then it was just turning my life back, part of turning my life back around, getting back into the game of life and being a more positive individual.
What are you doing now? You still helping people like at boxing? You're still doing things like that and training people?
Yeah, I'm working our way at the Columbus Parks and Rec Center, working with kids in the same boxing program that I came up. I'm the head coach over at the Rec Center, and just working with kids and building. Got a nice boxing club, one of many in the city of Columbus. And, we're just working and helping these kids, in the best way we can. And in any direction, sports, just life itself.
Buster, I appreciate you coming on with us here today. It was a great night back that I still remember vividly. I saw you a couple of days after the fight walking around, and I said something to you, and you acknowledged me. It was wonderful. It was a long. Obviously, you don't remember it. You didn't have the belt on, by the way, at that point. But I'm glad you wear it around right now. But everything you done for the Police Athletic League, everything you do for Columbus Parks and Rec, and for the youth in Columbus, it's truly admirable. And so glad you're a fellow City League guy and everything you're doing. So thank you for that, Buster, and thank you for your time. And I hope you have
pleasure.
Yeah. We'll talk again soon. Okay, buddy.
All right, go Bucks.
There you go. That was Buster Douglas on. God, I'm telling you, dude. That was a night. I remember, it's one of those moments where I remember watching the fight. I was alone on the couch, which is sad.
You were alone?
Yeah, I was alone. Okay, that's fine. We're not going to do that.
We were doing great until you said, I was alone. I'm like, that's not fun.
We're not doing that part of it. We're not going to talk about why I was alone. You're supposed to be at a watch party. No, I know. Look, it's fine. I was 19. I was 18, almost 19. But we're not going to do that right now. That's even worse. I understand it's worse. That's why I'm telling you. That's the sad part about it.
No, that's good radio. It's falling on the sword when you know you look bad. That's good radio. So you're doing a good job.
I didn't just fall on the sword. I stabbed myself with the sword. Anyway, it was a fantastic night that when Buster Douglas beat Tyson all those years ago in Tokyo. By the way, shout out to Tim May, the boxing reporter for the Columbus Dispatch at the time. Long time. I think he covered Ohio State football for I don't want to exaggerate, might be 104 years, but he's covered Ohio State football for a long time. 104 years. He's the one who predicted the 42-1 underdog Douglas would beat Tyson. There's a great 30 for 30 about that as well.
Did he bet it?
No, I didn't. I was 18.
Did he?
Did he? Tim May? I don't know about that one. I think Tim went to Tokyo. That was back when they had a bunch of, like, the Dispatch used to fly people everywhere. There was a time when the Dispatch had Reds and the Indians at the time, beat reporters that would go on the road with the teams.
Yeah, that was a different age in media where things didn't travel so quickly.
No. Right, and Tim May went out to Tokyo to cover the fight. And I think Johnny Johnson, that's his real name, one of the trainers, also worked at the Dispatch and was one of the trainers at the fight and then never came back to work for the Dispatch. I think that's how it worked out. Anyway, where are we at now? Coming up next, our golf betting expert, John Gerber, is going to join us. We'll do that next. This is Fan Sports Sunday on The Fan.
Wake up with the Fan. Eat lunch with the Fan. Go to bed with the Fan. Dream about the Fan. Then change your sheets. Gross.
Ew, you guys are gross, but stick around in case I don't find anyone else.
The Fan.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with turbo power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more. With AutoPay plus taxes and fees, plus $5 per line without AutoPay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Motorola Edge on us with 24 monthly bill credits and new line for well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 per line connection charge. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
Back in the studio with a return visit from
Todd Schmelt.
Todd, the last time you were with us, you claimed to be
the dumbest person in Columbus.
You're being really hard on yourself.
Not in the least. You know what I got?
I hate to ask.
One of them thermostats with the dial and the needle. Woo, woo, woo.
Maybe that's not modern, but not...
What am I? Eli Whitney, Elias Howe, Johann Gertis?
I don't know who those people are.
Those are old-timey people from the 19th century, and that's me. Outdated, like my silly old thermostat.
Okay, look, you're not the dumbest guy in Columbus. You just haven't called Apex Pros.
The pros who knows?
Those guys. Whether it's the latest technology, fixing your furnace, or a brand new system, they know all the stuff so you don't have to.
I don't have to know it all?
Nah, you just have to know the pros who knows.
Apex Pros. I'm not the dumbest guy in Columbus.
I didn't even know who Johann Gertis was.
Inventor of the gas-powered unicycle. Look it up, doy.
Okay, you don't have to be mean.
No doubt about it. Columbus loves Apex Pros. The pros who knows. ApexPros.com.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals with savings beyond low prices. Like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
You'll find low prices on thousands of items. The yellow and red tags mean you'll save big on sparkling ice water, Kroger brand chips, and so much more. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Hoops fans, are you ready to score big and get lucky this March?
What's up? It's T-Bone. I'm here to tell you that Bud Light will be holding mini Hoops challenges at bars and restaurants across town over the next several weeks with one goal in mind.
To send one lucky local winner to Las Vegas where they'll compete for $10,000.
Take your shot at March Madness glory. This week, join Bud Light on 2 different nights. Thursday, they'll be at Classics Pickerington on Stone Creek Drive from 8 to 10 p.m. Then on Friday at Pastimes in Worthington from 7 to 9.
Both events will have a mini Hoops basketball challenge that'll give you a shot at a Vegas trip and $10,000.
Goes to
Rothman and Ice has been named the best midday show in the country by our industry peers.
A winner if ever there was one.
Congratulations, gentlemen. Also, Common Man and T-Bone has been named best show at sucking. The Fan.
Attention hockey fans, score the ultimate experience powered by Verizon.
Verizon is giving 2 lucky winners the chance to win 4 tickets to the 2025 Navy Federal Credit Union NHL Stadium Series at Ohio Stadium on March 1st. Plus 50 participants will have a chance to win a $50 gift card. Just stop by a participating Columbus Verizon store by February 18th to enter.
Get your shot at this unforgettable experience. Hurry to a participating Columbus Verizon store today to enter.
Must be legal U.S. resident of Ohio, age 18 years or older to enter. Void where prohibited. For official rules and full details, visit 971thefan.com/Verizon.
Ready to hit the road in a new car? With Pathways, enjoy up to 90 days with no payments and low auto loan rates. Learn more at pathwayscu.com. Pathways Financial Credit Union, your true financial partner. Federally insured by NCUA.
It's been a great run. Care Heating and Cooling has achieved goals I could only imagine 30 years ago. But now it's time for the next generation to take over. This is Mike Weens, now the retired founder of Care Heating and Cooling with my sons, Dennis and Ryan.
Dad, as Care grew over the years, you had many opportunities to sell Care to one of the big conglomerates that are buying companies all over Central Ohio. So tell our customers why you decided to keep Care in the family.
After talking about Care's values for over 30 years, I couldn't bear the thought of Care becoming the kind of company I was warning our customers about. I know the two of you will continue to treat our customers as I would, with honesty and integrity.
We will, Dad. In 2024, Care was awarded a BBB Torch Award for Ethics and was named the Lennox Partner of the Year. You don't earn those awards by leaving cat toys behind.
Call Care Heating and Cooling at 1-800-COOLING or schedule an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com. When you need a company you can trust.
Cancer screening can save your life. Begin cervical screening at age 25. At 45, colorectal and breast screening. At 50, discuss lung screening with a doctor. Find resources for free and low-cost screening at cancer.org/getscreened. This is a public service message from the American Cancer Society.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
As we go into tonight, though, chance of snow showers turns down, and we have mostly cloudy skies overnight with lows in the teens. For Monday, partly sunny with highs in the 20s. However, with gusty winds, the feels like could get down into the teens or single digits. Stay safe, everyone. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with your 10 weather impact forecast.
1, 2, 3. Here in The Fan is always football o'clock. Proud to be your home of the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL games you can handle. The Fan. Your go-to destination for Buckeye football talk all year round. This is Fan Sports Sunday.
Fan Sports Sunday. Tito and Cole with you. Rhymetime back there running things for us. And now we are joined on the Bryant Heating Cooling System Fan Guest Hotline. He is our golf betting expert. He's the host of From the Rough podcast on FanStream Sports and writer for Athlon Sports, John Gerber. And we're continuing the City League theme here. I don't know if Gerber, if you listened to the last segment or not, we had Buster Douglas on, Linda McKinley's own Buster Douglas. And now we've got Brookhaven's own John Gerber on with us. Gerb, I asked Buster Douglas if Mike Tyson was the hardest hitter he ever faced. He said no. There was a sparring partner he had that hit harder than Mike Tyson. You, as a Brookhaven graduate, I want to know, who's hit you the hardest you've ever been hit?
Oh, wow. Maybe you, to be honest with you. Maybe you playing pickup basketball when you got frustrated.
Whatever. But, I didn't hit you.
You know, I wanted to give you your accolades. You go from boxing to golf. This is how good you are at your job. Neither of them that you're very good at, but for you to be able to transition into talking boxing into golf, buddy, that's why you're one of the best.
I appreciate that, Gerb. Obviously we got the Genesis Invitational going on right now, and Maverick McNeely's leading it. Oberg is second, and then Scheffler is tied with Cantlay and McCarthy and Rogers for third. I'm curious how you're doing with your picks this week. How are you doing with your picks so far and your head-to-heads and stuff so far this year? We're early in the season, I know.
Yeah, it's very early in the season. We're 9-4-2 in our matchups. We haven't had a lot of action just due to the West Coast and a lot of the weather difficulties that they've had. So 9-4-2, so we are profitable. We did lose yesterday. We have Tony Finau today, plus 108. We have him over Tommy Fleetwood. It looks like they're tied there. We are a little bit in the red in terms of profitability. We were profitable the last 2 weeks, but that's why it's so important for the year. We've been profitable every single year for the last 6 years with our system. So, we get off to a little bit of a rough start, but it is very, very early. Again, that's why it's important that you play every single week, whether it's $1, $5, $10. We're going to go through these stretches. But, after this week, we've always kind of been in a slow start. But Mexico's next week and then the Florida swing, that's really where we make our hay when we start the season off.
By the way, he's at Jay Gerber, PGA Pro on Twitter. Go follow him there. He puts all his picks out there. He is transparent about everything he does, and it's all free. At least for now it is. I don't know. Maybe he'll charge someday, but right now it's free. So take advantage of while you can. With all his picks, and follow his Saturday and Sunday matchups, because those are where he really hits. He hits on the other ones too. I'm not saying he doesn't, but like he just told you his record, he does hit on those really well on the weekend matchups, the head-to-heads with a couple of guys. Is there somebody surprising? Is something surprised you about the Genesis this week? Is there something you looked at and say, I did not see that coming?
It surprised me. Rory played poorly yesterday. Coming off his dominant performance at Pebble Beach, I thought that would kind of transcend. Even though he took a week off in Phoenix, and then going back to a very similar type of grass and golf course that Pebble Beach is, and playing in the AT&T, I thought he'd have a better performance. Rory's game is predicated on how well he drives the golf ball. He had a two-way miss, kind of like Scheffler, kind of fits that category also, but he's put too much pressure on his putter. So Rory and Scotty kind of both combined shooting 76 yesterday really surprised me. I thought they would, put themselves in a better situation to win the golf tournament. But Maverick McNeely, 8 under par, I think he is today, coming from way back in the pack. I thought, that's a great performance, especially on Sunday at Torrey Pines, having 8 under. If he can hold that 11 under par, he certainly looks like he's going to potentially win the golf tournament.
So with the TGL going on, and obviously Tiger's a big part of that, Rory as well. I know you've got your system when you look at things like, weather, performance, how guys have performed on different types of grass and whatnot, but does anything in the TGL affect how you will make your predictions for the PGA Tour?
No, not at all. I mean, that's kind of I don't want to say hit and giggle because that's the wrong way to say it, but you can certainly tell. I don't think they're getting the ratings that they want. We've talked about this on the From the Rough podcast for the last 3 or 4 weeks. I think they're frustrated with the technology. If you watched any of it, I think they're off in terms of their, hitting a wedge 10 to 15 yards off of what they really think it is. I think that's more of a fun league for them. I don't think they're not getting the ratings. I hope it gets better, especially in the wintertime for people up north can see some golf and see some bigger names and their personalities, but there's no effect in terms of how I put my picks out there that's any reference to TGL at all.
When you play on a golf simulator, is it accurate for a golfer? And you're a great golfer. I will tell you right now, my golf game. I have always felt like the golf simulators do not appreciate my style of play. I think I get robbed. When you're playing in a golf simulator, does it give a fair, accurate assessment of your game?
No, not really. I mean, I don't do too much simulation golf.
I know you're worldwide. You'll just fly somewhere warm and play. I got it.
Well, not only that, I live in a pretty warm state in Texas, so we don't have to deal with that. There's other things to do when it gets cold in Texas than to play golf. So I'm not going in a simulator, but for you, I would think a simulator would help your game because you don't get to see your shank shots that often, and you don't lose any golf balls. So I would think that way it would help you, and it'd help your pocketbook too. You must be doing some simulator stuff because you haven't asked for any golf balls lately, so you must not be losing any. So.
Gerb, I swear to you, this is true. I have lost a golf ball in a simulator before. Okay, it's happened. It went behind the screen and we couldn't find it. It has happened before. Nonetheless, I'm just saying though, I wonder. So when they do the TGL stuff, how accurate is that based on their game? I enjoy doing it during the off season here in Columbus when it's cold. I have fun doing it with some buddies and all that stuff, but I don't take it too seriously. But I can't buy into all the golf simulating stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that technology that they have for the TGL League is certainly the superior of any technology. You can tell by the setup. They have more than one simulator, but there are some good simulators out there for the average person, especially in the wintertime in Columbus. You can get some reps in. It's fairly accurate. The numbers are fairly accurate. So you could take it probably 90%. It's really going to be accurate from what you would get outside of a simulator. But those guys are pretty sure that the technology that they have in TGL is the best of the best. But I still think they're a little bit off, and they have to get a little bit better when it comes to that. I think that's really the only discrepancy that the players are having.
The 115 I shot at Spyglass on the simulator, it felt like it was a 90, but that's okay. Gerb, when we've got the Muirfield coming up this year, obviously, the Memorial Tournament, and I know we've still got, like, Live Golf. Seems like there's a constant negotiation going on between Live and the PGA Tour and different events and which ones Live's are going to be able to qualify for. Do you see something happening with Live Golf and the Memorial Tournament for this year?
Yeah, just through my sources, and I think it's going to start a little bit before that. Obviously, the PGA Championship is allowing the Live guys to play. I think that trend's going to continue. I think they're going to do the same thing with the Byron Nelson and the Colonial. I just think the fields are so soft in those events. I think they're hurting themselves not letting the big name stars from Live, like the DeChambos and the Koepkas and the Dustin Johnsons, guys like that, Joaquin Niemann, who just won. I think it only helps that tournament. I heard through the grapevine that, Jack is probably going to allow those guys that potentially qualify to play in the Memorial. It's not a fact yet, just here from what I'm hearing, especially the past winners like a DeChambeau or Joaquin Niemann that has decided to go to Live. I think they're going to open up those doors and start that process of letting those guys start to come back to create a better product for the PGA Tour events. You agree with that or not? Do you think that's the way it should be? Yeah, I mean, in terms of the fan and the spectatorship, I mean, those events are, those events are a lot better when the Koepkas are playing and the higher name guys are playing. But you also got to realize, I promise you this, Keegan Bradley is going to have those Live guys on the Ryder Cup team. He's not going to exclude those guys from the Ryder because they're tired of losing, first off. And I think it's going to give them a better chance to win the Ryder Cup when you have a Brooks Koepka on the team and a couple of those other guys that potentially will qualify for that. But they'll start with the PGA like they did last year, and I think it'll continue to be the trend as they continue to negotiate the terms of getting these big-name stars back because it's certainly hurting the PGA Tour product.
You getting me on at Muirfield?
I'm sorry?
Are you getting me on at Muirfield?
When? During the tournament or afterwards?
Either way. I don't care.
Well, if you have to get better than 115 in the simulator to be able to do that, yeah.
I'll work on that.
If you can get down to 100, I'll get you on Muirfield.
I appreciate that, Gerb. Thanks for the time, buddy. Follow him at Jay Gerber, PGA Pro. Follow his betting advice. I'm telling you, that guy knows what he's talking about. He is the host of the From the Rough podcast and also writes for Athlon Sports, Fanstream Sports, where you want to go check out all of his stuff. Golf betting expert. Gerb, thanks for the time, buddy. Have a great weekend.
Thanks for having me on, buddy. Thanks.
All right.
But you got to consistently follow his betting advice.
You
can't pick and choose.
You can't, for instance.
Because that's not his betting advice anymore when you pick and choose. Now you're following your own advice.
If you were Tito and just decided this week I'm going to follow it and didn't hit everything, you'd be angry. But Gerb will tell you, follow him all year long, every single week, and you will make money. I know it's true.
Marathon, not a sprint, Tito.
It absolutely is. That's right, which is how I play Spyglass on the golf simulator. It is a marathon. It sure as hell is not a sprint. I've been penalized for slow play in a simulator before. That also takes a lot of talent to have that. Coming up next, the Ohio State's football coaching staff has been finalized. We'll give you our thoughts on that next. Fan Sports Sunday on the Fan.
At AAA, it's our policy to look on the plus side, and AAA Plus members tend to take the same view. Take Martin. Last Monday, his coffee surprised him with an extra 10 degrees of Fahrenheit. It was just the jolt of energy he needed. Later, when he walked into a door, he was happy to provide entertainment for his coworkers.
I'm okay.
And when his car battery took early retirement, he knew expert roadside assistance was only a call away.
Hello, AAA.
Become a AAA Plus member and experience peace of mind on the plus side. Towing is subject to a 7-day waiting period. Terms and conditions apply.
Winter's here, and as the snow begins to pile up outside, you might find yourself dreaming of warmer days, sunshine, barbecues, fishing, maybe even thinking about those home projects you've been putting off for forever. Why wait for spring to start planning? Now's the perfect time to get ahead. With so many roofing, gutter, and siding companies out there, it can feel overwhelming to know where to begin. With over 30 years of experience and a focus on every detail, Newman Roofing makes it simple. As a family-owned business, they're dedicated to delivering an outstanding customer experience from your first phone call all the way through to the final touches on your home. When it comes to roofing, gutters, and siding, trust the name that's been a local favorite for decades, Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF. That's 614-NEW-ROOF. 614-NEW-ROOF. or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Now at Menards, save big money on everything for your next project. For over 65 years, Menards has been the destination for post-frame buildings. Whether it's for protecting equipment or you just need a place to keep your toys, Menards has a post-frame building for you. Get a free estimate fast in-store or on menards.com. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
When that alarm clock goes off, Morning Juice comes on. The perfect way to dominate your day or just lay around the house. Morning Juice.
Weekdays at 6.
The Fan. It's sports conversation, but with a drink and umbrella as a garnish. This is Fan Sports Sunday.
Fan Sports Sunday. Cole, we are halfway through the show already.
I know. I felt like we were on Radio Row there for a while with all those interviews. Going on, right. I don't even think Rothman and Ice had that many interviews in one show.
They didn't. And I did tell Reimer we're going to have the Ohio State synchronized swimming coach on. We are not, Reimer. Breaking news for you on that one. That was a lie. I think we're done with guess.
You're not going to play the little clip for breaking news?
You know, I don't like to overplay that, even though you tell me I play it way too much. There's no way.
I never said you play it too much.
You did say.
Fingers on the mouse. 3, 2, 1.
He did say to me, Tito, you play that too much. You play it more than any other clip you play. So I try not to play it as much. No, don't do this. Don't do this. I think you're making up the fact you like it. I don't think you do.
He's setting you up for failure, so that way he can dunk on you again the next time you do it. Oh, Tito again.
They think they got the answers. I changed the question.
I love that one. I love this one.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
By the way,
shockingly haven't seen that movie.
I haven't either. I just know the cut.
Same.
Okay. Roddy Piper, one of the all-time greats, R.I.P. Anyway, this guy's not R.I.P. This guy is an MIP, or a VIP, if you will. Tyvis Powell turned 31 today.
I'll text him.
That's fine. I've already texted him. You're late.
I know. I'm mad that I didn't. But I guess I told him yesterday, so I guess I could have been the first one to tell him.
We had a big argument about it because he was saying he's not 31. I'm like, dude, you're a week out from 31. You're 31. He's like, no, I'm 30 and, 9/10 or whatever. Look, you're 31, okay?
And 11/12.
Right. And now I'm going to play this. I told him I was going to play this today. I love playing this clip of Tyvis at the Combine.
Me.
How do you think you displayed your hands today?
I ain't drop a ball. I started to go out there and one-handed because I know people be trying to play me sometimes. So, I just want to go out there and catch everything in sight. Didn't drop no money today.
That's what it was. That's what it is. That's what that ball is.
My wife says, how was your day? How was the show? I said, I didn't drop no money today, I'll tell you that. That's what I'm saying. Every time. Didn't drop no money. That needs to be on a T-shirt. I need a shirt that says that with Tyvis's likeness. I didn't drop no money today.
Right. That's what you call it.
That is outstanding.
I didn't tell a lie.
That was Tyvis.
How did that draft go, by the way?
I look, I'm glad you said it. I'm not going to say it. Tyvis, if you're listening, because you say you're listening. No, you know how it went. We both know how it went.
Dude, I feel bad for him. He's more accomplished than basically everybody at the station except Bobby Carpenter, and he gets his balls busted more than anybody else. I don't know how it worked out. Well, I know why it worked out that way, because Tyvis is really good at laughing at himself, and so it works out. And so it's fun to make fun of people who are good at laughing at themselves, because if someone's not good at laughing at themselves, then it's just awkward. But so he is, but I at least have to say it once, especially on a day like today,
yes,
where he is a ripe 29 years old. I'll even, decrease it a couple of years just to be nice.
He's 31.
He is probably the second most accomplished person just in life here, probably behind Bobby Carpenter. And that's just because Bobby played a little bit longer in the league. That's it.
He's the man that took down Alabama.
Yeah. If you want an honest,
he should have, but a couple of times he had interceptions. He should have taken
a moment in the game that doesn't get talked about enough, and it's the interception on the 2-point conversion.
Okay, well, if we really want to go there, since we're being brutally honest, Alabama scored 35 points.
They really did.
Ohio State scored 42.
And by the way, here's the other thing, too.
I responded with the 2-point conversion interception.
Which is not entirely on Tyvis, because it's an 11-person unit back there.
It's a fact.
All right? That's all I'm saying. And you know what? if Nick Saban and Lane Kiffin had a damn clue and didn't even bother to put TJ Yeldon on the field, and Derrick Henry just played 4 straight quarters, guess who wins that football game? And, oh, by the way, don't let Blake Sims throw the football.
We've had a bunch of Buckeye greats on these airwaves as fill-in guys and regular hosts, right? We've got Carpenter. You've got DeVere. You've got Tyvis.
Laurinaitis was.
Dane. Out of those 4 guys I just mentioned that have been, even Michael Bennett's been on lately. So we got those 5 guys. And Dane has more NFL interceptions than Tyvis.
I knew this stat. Yeah.
Dane had an interception on a fake punt when he was playing for the Bengals on special teams. He's got 1 interception in the NFL. The wide receiver has 1.
That is crazy.
Tyvis has 0.
If I were Dane, I would say that to him every time I saw, hey, I had more NFL interceptions than you did, buddy.
Ask Dane to see the tattoo. He's got it. It says Dane 1, Tyvis 0 right in the middle of the chest.
Exactly. Now, let's be clear, because we've had these fiascos on the air before, Tito, and you and me and Tyvis were all involved in it, where we're talking about preseason games and spring games, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, that wasn't very legit. Is this a Dane Sanzenbacher regular season interception or a preseason interception?
I think it was regular season.
Okay.
I believe it was. I will also tell you this.
Would it even be recorded as a stat if it was preseason?
Probably
no,
not.
It's recorded as a story if it happens in the preseason. It's a legend that grows out of
it. By the way, the other day, he said he had an interception in the spring game. His freshman year.
Yeah, this was the story.
Yeah, he had the interception his freshman year. But he's like, oh, yeah, I picked off Braxton Miller my freshman year in the spring game.
He didn't tell us it got called back.
Got called back because of a defensive penalty. He still tries to count it in the stats. No. He does not have an INT.
He said, it's not my penalty. It's my interception.
It got called back. It's not getting
That's exactly right.
Anything.
There's some illegal hands to the face that a defensive lineman committed, and Tyvis is like, yeah, interception.
Let me tell you my other big beef I have with Tyvis.
Tyvis is great.
I love Tyvis.
I know. Again,
Tyvis
this is all because he's good at laughing at himself.
Tyvis, honestly, the next time we work together, he could punch me in the face and be justified. Like, if he walked in and just punched me in the face, I wouldn't get mad. I'd say, yep, I kind of had that coming.
And DeVere. Tattoos. You bring it up a lot.
No, I don't bring it up a lot. DeVere doesn't. No, DeVere can't do it. Tyvis can. But DeVere can't do that because I'm just speaking. I'm spitting facts with DeVere. With Tyvis, I'm giving him grief.
Okay.
I will say I am Tyvis's kryptonite when it comes to Papa Shot.
Oh, Papa Shot, he's awful. God awful. That's why they had to fix the rims out there one time. Anyway, where was I going? Oh, this is what. There was a producer here before named Hayden. Hayden did Sundays when I was with Tyvis. Hayden R.I.P. Not R.I.P., but rest in gone. R.I.G. Anyway.
Rig.
There was a Sunday show we're doing, and the 3 of us are on. And we all agreed that the following week, it was right before the NFL season started, the following week, we were all going to wear NFL jerseys in here. All 3 of us were going to. We're going to wear a jersey, right? I wore Calvin Johnson. I can't remember what Hayden wore in.
He's a Lions guy too, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. Tyvis shows up without a jersey, which was lame because he said he would do it with us.
What's more lame, that or showing up in his own 49ers jersey?
I would have been okay with that. His excuse was,
That'd been real lame.
All my jerseys are packed away because we moved. And I said, you had a week to dig out one jersey to wear in here to the show. You had a whole week to get ready for it. And you didn't do it. And I said it was disrespectful. You were big-timing us. Hayden and I are both wearing jerseys. And you have nothing, even though you've got more jerseys than any of us. You've got NFL, college football, CFL, high school, whatever. You've probably got 40 jerseys in your house. I've got 2. And one was Calvin Johnson that I wore in.
You wore 50% of them to the station that day.
Yes, he wore 0%.
You know what? Tyvis has said this. He says, I learned about myself as a player. I got some a-hole in me. He found out that he has some a-hole in him. He's not always a team player, and it seemed like that particular weekend show, he wasn't a team player that day.
He had a lot of a-hole in him that day. Let's just put it that way. And I don't want to, look, don't take that out of context. Don't cut that up for the internet. If you're going to play it, play the whole thing in its context. Because if it comes out that Tito said he had a lot of a-hole in him, it's going to look bad for me. And another
Better than the other way around.
I'm saying, that's another punch in the face reason.
Tyvis, you are one of my favorite coworkers, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
Happy birthday, Tyvis. There, how's that? Happy birthday. Anyway, I didn't talk about Ohio State's coaches at all, but we will do that next.
We got more segments.
We
good.
do. We got so much to talk about. No more guests either, unless the synchronized swing coach does call in. We'll do that next. Fan Sports Sunday on the Fan.
Unlike your deadbeat uncle, we'll never leave you stranded in a ditch when you were 6. This promo may have been a touch too specific. The Fan.
Winter's here, and as the snow begins to pile up outside, you might find yourself dreaming of warmer days, sunshine, barbecues, fishing, maybe even thinking about those home projects you've been putting off for forever. Why wait for spring to start planning? Now's the perfect time to get ahead. With so many roofing, gutter, and siding companies out there, it can feel overwhelming to know where to begin. With over 30 years of experience and a focus on every detail, Newman Roofing makes it simple. As a family-owned business, they're dedicated to delivering an outstanding customer experience from your first phone call all the way through to the final touches on your home. When it comes to roofing, gutters, and siding, trust the name that's been a local favorite for decades, Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF. That's 614-NEW-ROOF. 614-NEW-ROOF, or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Hit a home run for happy hour and ask your Twin Peaks girl about local specials on drafts, cocktails, shots, and more.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals with savings beyond low prices. Like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Save big on this family favorite. Red, green, or black seedless grapes are only $1.88 a pound with your card and digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Get Eco.
ECO. Aaron, I've been thinking. About what? About how you invented a way to fix ACs for free.
Get Eco.
ECO.
When customers buy a new HVAC system, we give back all the money they paid us to repair their old system.
Yeah, I know. Up to $1,500.
Get Eco.
ECO. We're basically extending the life of their old system for free.
That's right. Those extra years are free. On me.
Don't you think it would be better if we said those extra years are a plus on us?
Sure, we can say that if you want.
I think it would be better.
Get Eco.
ECO. We don't want people to forget that you have a silent partner.
Remind me, how did we become partners?
Aaron, we became partners when you let me move into your spare office, and I began giving you free advice instead of paying rent.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Oh yeah, now I remember. Best deal I ever made.
I feel that way too.
Get Eco.
ECO. Eco. Plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians. GetEco.com.
What's the best way to make sure you don't miss any of your favorite fan shows? Oh no. Download the Fan app, silly.
Ah, damn it, I knew that.
App Store, Google Play, or just scream right at your phone. Psst, you can also listen to Buckeye games. Do it now.
Attention hockey fans, score the ultimate experience powered by Verizon.
Verizon is giving 2 lucky winners the chance to win 4 tickets to the 2025 Navy Federal Credit Union NHL Stadium Series at Ohio Stadium on March 1st. Plus 50 participants will have a chance to win a $50 gift card. Just stop by a participating Columbus Verizon store by February 18th to enter.
Get your shot at this unforgettable experience. Hurry to a participating Columbus Verizon store today to enter.
Must be legal U.S. resident of Ohio, age 18 years or older to enter. Void where prohibited. For official rules and full details, visit 971thefan.com/Verizon.
Combat falling interest rates now. Lock in a 5-month certificate from Kemba Financial Credit Union and earn up to 4.35% annual percentage yield compared to the 6-month national average of just 1.75% APY. Visit Kemba.org for details. Hurry! This exceptional rate offer expires February 28, 2025. Average CB rate reported by Bankrate.com. Restrictions apply. $500 minimum deposit required to open and earn stated APY and $250,000 maximum deposit. Advantage status required. Federally insured by NCUA.
We've all got it, you know, that one crazy thing you've always wanted to do, that bucket list goal. Then a cancer diagnosis, and that one thing still goes according to plan. I You know, I'm getting my first tattoo right now, while my 3 beautiful daughters laugh hysterically at me. 58 years old, 4 years of cancer-free checkups at Ohio Health. Go ahead and get a picture, girls. You keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keepmakingplans.
Ohio State Buckeye fans, it's time for the annual Pink Game with Ohio State women's basketball. Join us February 17th at 12 p.m. at the Shot to cheer on the Buckeyes as they take on Iowa in a thrilling matchup. Don't miss out on themed games, unforgettable fan experiences, and ultimate Buckeye traditions. Buy your tickets and gear up for game day at ohiostatebuckeyes.com.
Day 1, the hardest day. The day you hear,
"This is a type of blood cancer."
At the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, we are here to help you move past day 1. To learn more and get help on any day, visit LLS.org or call 1-800-955-4572.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Tito and Tafir are so dedicated to their craft, they slept in the studios last night. Or they were too hungover. Whatever. It's Fan Sports Sunday.
All right, Fan Sports Sunday. Tito, Cole, Reimer with you. Let's talk about Ohio State coaching hires. We know that they now have a new defensive coordinator, Matt Patricia. Longtime NFL defensive coordinator, short-time Lions head coach. Do you like, Cole, the Matt Patricia hiring?
I think it's all right. I think that there is absolutely no way for any of us to quantify a guy from the pros going to college. So I think that anybody can kind of say whatever they want and get away with it. If you're somebody who thinks that Patricia's disciples Belichick's disciples away from Belichick are a concern, which has certainly been the case at the head coaching level in the National Football League, then I think you have reason to be somewhat skeptical. But the fact of the matter is he coached at the NFL for a long time, which is pedigree enough to show you that he knows what he's talking about. The fact of the matter is, at its very core, anybody who coaches at Ohio State is going to be put in a position to be successful because their competition is not Ohio State. And that's just it. Like in the NFL, you got a hard salary cap that you got to work against, you got a draft, you got free agency, all that stuff. When it comes to college football, Justin Fry went to the Bears, whatever. Whoever is in a coaching position at Ohio State is put in a position to be successful, and if he squanders that opportunity, that's on him. But I think anybody should be optimistic, no matter who it is, and certainly Patricia's got some pedigree.
I trust in Ryan Day, and I have from day one in the fact he's coming off the national championship after bringing in Chip Kelly, brought in Jim Knowles before this. All good things that ended up happening for Ohio State. And when it comes to Patricia, there are some guys that are really good position coaches that are not good coordinators. There are some guys that are really good coordinators, but not good head coaches. And I think that Matt Patricia is one of those guys who's a damn good defensive coordinator who just isn't a good head coach. Head coaching was not something he was cut out for. We saw him fail miserably in Detroit. I felt the same way before about Kerry Combs, and he was a great positional coach for Ohio State. They make him the DC. They had struggles with that.
Oof.
I think there are guys that are just good in certain positions and not good in the next one up. And so...
Well, that pertains to the other coordinator now.
Now you got Brian Hartline as the OC.
Just promote because
the plays.
You bring up Kerry Combs, and this kind of reeks like the Kerry Combs situation. Just putting your best recruiter at the highest position possible is for the sake of keeping him as a recruiter.
Right.
I mean, we'll find out.
Yeah.
And, I think he was technically a co-OC, although no one treated him like one this year. So we saw it a couple years ago, and with Ryan Day, this is a big-time decision because Chip Kelly was a home run OC hire, but you're absolutely right. You talk about Kerry Combs, and the Brian Hartline situation sounds exactly like that.
Right. I know it does. And the Hartline thing, yes, I thought that I didn't think they would hire him. And as an OC, I thought they would ease him into it. Maybe bring another guy like Patricia for the offensive side, though, who'd be here for a year. I don't think Patricia's long. I think Patricia's here for 1 year. If he has a lot of success, he'll go somewhere else. Much like when Knowles goes somewhere, I think back to the NFL. I think it's where he wants to be when it's all said and done again. So
yeah, he's been coaching college since 2003.
Right. So I think that's what will probably happen. I thought they might do a similar thing with that with Hartline and bring in somebody for a year to mentor him a little bit, but they've gone the other way with it and now said that, yeah, Hartline is the OC, he's going to be calling the plays. So we'll see how that works out. But Hartline is at least ascending that way, whereas Kerry Combs was an older guy when he came in, and he didn't have I don't want to say the youth, that's not the right way to say it, but I feel like Hartline's more suited for the jump than Kerry Combs was.
I think that the West Virginia job interview that Brian Hartline had started to put a little bit more credibility to his name beyond just Ohio State.
Okay.
Because it's easy for Ohio State fans to go, oh, Brian Hartline's the best. And recruiting, of course.
Sure.
But, I mean, we're not there at practice, so we don't actually know. And we're certainly not at anybody else's practice following every other receivers coach in the country. So I think it's kind of convenient and natural for Ohio State fans. And he's a former player who was successful, NFL draft pick, couple 1,000-yard seasons in the National Football League. He's a guy who people here like, and, we kind of get that. But when West Virginia interviewed him to be a head coach, which they didn't end up picking him, but the fact that he was interviewed and even considered is certainly something. It's not nothing. I think that kind of adds a little bit of cachet to his name, where it makes you feel as a fan and perhaps even as a coach at Ryan Day, like, man, I really got something that people around the country are starting to take notice of. That kind of boosts your confidence a little bit. And you said that you thought that they were going to bring in another sort of Matt Patricia, but on offense.
Right.
So basically just like another season of somebody who is like Chip Kelly, but somebody who's not Chip Kelly, just like the same thing that they just had this season?
Yeah, somebody who I think would have more than likely been like a one-year guy, transit, like almost like a guy who wants to go to the NFL again after that or something, like Chip Kelly in that regard. Chip Kelly, all along, I figured, would go to the NFL again. That was his dream, to go back to the NFL, or his goal to go back to the NFL.
Well, you were correct.
Yeah, so I thought he might say 2 years because of his relationship with Dave, but he's gone after 1 year. That's okay. But, I thought something like that maybe. But so I'm a little bit surprised that they went with Hartline for the job. But again, Ryan Day's brought up accumulated quite a bit of street cred with me. And so I'll give the benefit of the doubt on this, that Hartline and Patricia are the right hires.
Yeah, and I don't think we're going to be looking back on this season going, wow, Ohio State lost game X, because they go 11-1 every year.
Sure, right.
Okay,
yeah.
10-2 this year, whatever. Basically 11-1 every year. I don't think anyone's going to be looking at the one game, no matter who it is, Michigan or otherwise, going, man, those coordinator hires, they blew it. And even if they do, guess what? You can just hire new ones next year. Right. So you're in a position to be successful. You're probably going to go 11-1 because that's how this works.
Yeah.
You're going to be in a position where you're going to be coaching really talented players because Ohio State's great at recruiting. You're in a great position with name, image, and likeness, which helps with recruiting. So everybody's going to be put in a position to be successful. And I hate to bring this up because I don't want to just like punt on next year just because they won the championship.
Sure.
But Ryan, the fact of the matter is, Ryan, even if this year doesn't go well, we're not going to be having the same fire Ryan Day conversation that we had this past year. No. So he's got a little bit of grace. But I will mention one other thing, because you were talking about Patricia, and you said, and I think correctly so, that he's probably a guy who wants to be in the NFL.
Yeah.
I'm seeing, according to the Wikipedia page, and we know this because it was very recently, they hired him February 12th.
Right.
He didn't coach in the NFL last season, so he had a year off. Whether that was his decision or other teams, I just got to assume it's other teams' decisions.
Yeah.
I doubt he was turning down jobs.
Right.
So the fact that he lasted till February 12th is an indication that the NFL wasn't calling him this past year either, at least not for a job that he wanted.
Right. Yeah, I think that's fair. But again, and Bobby spoke glowingly about him as far as what he kind of a defensive coordinator he is. I think that I can't remember the other. But anyway, he's got good reviews as a coordinator goes, and we'll see what happens with him here at Ohio State. Coming up next, I know Reimer knows this, but there's something that's 28 days away, and we will discuss that next. This is Fan Sports Sunday on the Fan.
Bo Bishop is a media legend. We have no idea where the other guys came from. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan.
Home values in Columbus are sky high, and you have a ton of equity. Your financial advisor thinks the market has peaked. So if you're thinking about selling, it's time. Except for two things. High interest rates will burn you on a new home loan, and you're not ready to move. Savvy financial advisors suggest Truehold's new Sell and Stay program. It's ingenious because they buy your home now while its value is high, but you can stay in your home as long as you want with an easy, affordable lease. Smart, right? Truehold will make you a solid cash offer, not a lowball offer like the others. It's based on your home's current value. The cash is yours to travel, pay off bills, or secure your retirement. And again, you can stay in your home with a comfortable lease. Truehold covers property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. See how much Truehold will pay for your home today. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out your home's value without moving. That's Truehold.com.
Back in the studio with a return visit from
Todd Schmelt.
Todd, the last time you were with us, you claimed to be
the dumbest person in Columbus.
You're being really hard on yourself.
Not in the least. You know what I got?
I hate to ask.
One of them thermostats with the dial and the needle. Woo, woo, woo.
Maybe that's not modern, but not...
What am I? Eli Whitney, Elias Howe, Johann Gerdes?
I don't know who those people are.
Those are old-timey people from the 19th century, and that's me. Outdated, like my silly old thermostat.
Okay, look, you're not the dumbest guy in Columbus. You just haven't called Apex Pros.
The pros who knows?
Those guys. Whether it's the latest technology, fixing your furnace, or a brand new system, they know all the stuff so you don't have to.
I don't have to know it all?
Nah, you just have to know the pros who knows.
Apex Pros. I'm not the dumbest guy in Columbus.
I didn't even know who Johann Gerdes was.
Inventor of the gas-powered unicycle. Look it up, doy.
Okay, you don't have to be mean.
No doubt about it. Columbus loves Apex Pros. The pros who knows. ApexPros.com.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more. With AutoPay plus taxes and fees, plus $5 per line without AutoPay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Motorola Edge on us with 24 monthly bill credits and new line for well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 per line connection charge. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. The Fan. Sports Center.
And I'm Jacob Reimer. Another Sunday afternoon of hoops for the Ohio State basketball team, and it unfortunately ends in another tough loss, this time to Michigan. Bruce Thornton gets a great look for a floater to tie it in the final seconds, but it comes up just short, and Michigan wins 86-83. The Buckeyes had opportunities at the free throw line, going 18 of 27 there. Ultimately ended up being the difference in this one. Devin Royal led Ohio State in scoring with 26 points. Bruce Thornton followed with a pretty complete game of 17 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists, and John Mobley Jr. added 16. The 2 bigs for Michigan gave the Buckeyes some problems. Vlad Golden led with a 20-point, 10-rebound double-double, and Danny Wolf went for 17 points, 11 rebounds, and 5 assists. In his return to Columbus, Roddy Gale added 9 points and 8 rebounds off the bench. The Ohio State basketball team looked to bounce back from this one on Thursday when they welcome in Northwestern. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Are you still in your pajamas? We are. You're listening to Fan Sports Sunday.
It is Fan Sports Sunday. Tito, Cole, Rhymer. We're all here. Thank you for tuning in. Here till 7 o'clock, and we have NBA All-Star Game coverage. 28 days away, by the way, till Selection Sunday. They did reveal the top 16 seeds. I don't know, Cole, if you know this, but the only person who is sicker about college basketball than Tim Hall is on the other side of the glass right there, Jacob Reimer.
Oh, I know it well.
He knows it. He He lives, he breathes it, he tweets about it. He go out and follow him. He does his own power rankings every week. He does all these things.
Reimer, you're a big topic of conversation on weekend radio on this station, even when you're not here. Because whenever college basketball even remotely gets brought up, whether it's Reeser or Tito, there's a quick segue to, hey, Reimer, get all the Carolina stuff off my feed.
Yeah.
I remember heading to the Rutgers-Ohio State game back in December. It was actually Big Ten Championship, Conference Tournament Championship Saturday in football. And I was on my way there listening to it, and Tito and Reeser were talking about it with Timmy. I was like, man, I'm just catching strays today.
First of all, you're not catching strays. That did not happen that way. No one was ripping you.
I know.
Here comes a stray at Tyvus somehow.
But you're kind of a basketball geek. So they came out with they do this thing because the CFP does it, where they'll start ranking teams, midway through the season. And now we're getting near the tail end of college basketball to do their top 16 seeds. And I'm curious from you, Reimer, is there anything that shocked you about the top 16 they came out with?
I think I was kind of shocked mostly about having Wisconsin on the 3 line, because I even did some of my own rankings with it, and I didn't have Wisconsin in the top 16 at all, because I still felt like they were kind of flying under the radar of like the Michigan States, the Michigans, and the Purdues of the Big Ten, and now here they are on the 3 line, and they've followed it with a massive win at Purdue, so it justifies it. Another thing that stuck out to me was, I kind of mentioned it earlier, was Houston being the last 2 seed, and they were to be in Florida's region in the West, and they played where they had them ranked. It was strange because it didn't match where they are in the AP or where they are in the net or in KenPom or anything like that, and then they followed it up with a massive win at Arizona. They just, if Houston turns it into a war, it's going to be over for whoever they're playing.
Yeah, Houston's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
And
Kelvin Sampson's a hell of a coach.
Yeah. And they've got the offense this year to actually make a run. The only thing that concerns me is how physical they play, and I feel like it gets them every year, is how they'll be officiated with their physicality.
Because they're at the top of the rebounding rankings every single year.
Yep, and I think they're always within the top 2, at least, in KenPom's defensive efficiency. They just make every night a living hell for whoever they play.
And we had the Auburn-Alabama game, the Iron Bowl on the hardwood yesterday.
Yeah.
Auburn victorious in that one. And much like SEC football, I sometimes have a hard time deciding how good the SEC is, because they do beat up on each other. And so I think the SEC is probably the best conference in basketball.
Yeah.
Is he having a Carl Ravitch moment right now?
Is that what Ravitch would do?
Did you hear what Ravitch said?
Did you miss that? No, I missed it. Did I copy him?
No, but he said was the SEC is 82-82 in conference this year.
Yes, right. Yeah. Of course they are.
I'm like, hold on. We're at the point where everybody's beating up on themselves because everybody's playing conference games.
I will tell you this other fact,
testament as to how good college basketball Twitter is, because that's how it got there, basically.
I did see that. I will also tell you this, though. In the 82 games that teams have won, they've outscored the other 82 teams every time.
Wow.
That's another one. Mind blown.
Who'd have thought?
I need that breaking news.
I don't overplay it.
Yeah, then he's going to tell you that you overplayed it as soon as
I'm not
going
to do it.
I heard that twice already today.
I wouldn't
That
do
was
that
breaking
again.
news.
That really, okay. If you say it was.
Yes.
Anyway. But I watched that Auburn-Alabama game. I'm watching that. And yes, they both look very good. But also when Florida played Kentucky early, Kentucky and Florida both looked very good. And they've looked good at times. I have a really hard time telling who the top 10 teams are in order in college basketball.
Yeah, there has to be a conversation amongst like teams in the SEC that are at the top of when you get into conference play or the conference tournament. Do we actually really want to go on and win this thing? Because they're just going to beat up on each other every single day of that tournament, because it's day after day as the conference tournament week is. I'll be interested to see how it plays out. But yeah, I mean, Kentucky's a little banged up right now, but the way they
just lost to Texas.
Yeah, the way they play in certain games, like when they play the bigger opponents, they get up, they win those games, but then like when they go on the road at Ole Miss is still good. Or Texas, unranked, lose that game, but they didn't have Lamont Butler or Jackson Robinson. They've been pretty banged up. But yeah, the SEC is just so dominant, top to bottom. Like they'll probably send 13 teams, maybe.
So Reimer is saying that they're not fake news. He's saying he's buying it.
He is buying it.
Could get 3-1 seeds. Okay. I don't think they will, but they could.
Okay.
Right now they're right there.
Well, let's do that because they have 4 of the top 5.
Yeah.
So Auburn just beat Alabama. Now, Alabama lost at home. Does that concern you at all? I mean, it's 1 versus 2.
No, because, I mean, it was still 90s to 80s final score. I think it was 94-85.
Correct.
And it was, like, Auburn still made Alabama work for everything. But Bama's offense is so good that they still put up 85 points. And that just also gives a testament to how good Auburn's offense is. But I think when you get down to it, this won't mean anything right now what this bracket preview is. It matters to where teams are at. But I still think at the end of it, we're going to see Auburn for sure. Bama is weird because they play a ranked team the rest of the games on out. Mm-hmm. But I still think they're good enough to still be on that one line, and they have the wins to back it up. But I think where you'll see, like I think a Houston or a Iowa State that goes on to win the Big 12, I think will get that last 4 because Duke will be the third one. They're just going to roll through the ACC still, even if they don't win the conference tournament because they'll probably lose to like a Clemson or somebody in the conference tournament. But I think that's where you're going to kind of look at it because I don't think they'll end up with 3-1s.
Okay, if I give both you guys right now, SEC or the field for being the NCAA champion this year, do you take SEC or do you take the field?
It's cheap, but I'm going to take the SEC.
That is cheap.
I think it's recency bias for me because Auburn just looked so good against Bama.
Right.
And I think it's going to be them.
Actually, I need Reimer's help with this one because he knows this way better than me. Are these teams like veteran teams who have been playing together? Because I do not like these 3-month all-star teams that just have a bunch of freshmen and high recruiting rankings, and then they flame out in the third round.
Yeah, Auburn and Alabama are for sure. Like Mark Sears is a familiar face. Grant Nelson, they were on the team that went to the Final Four last year. Auburn is basically experienced all throughout except for their bucket getter killer off the bench and Tabhad Pettiford, who's a freshman. But some people like to think of Duke being that freshman-led team, which they scoring-wise they still are with Cooper Flagg and Con Knipple, but they have the experience around them that's quality enough to get them over the top and win a national championship for the first time in a decade.
By the way, Cole just went get off my lawn before I did today by saying, I don't like all these one and dones.
I got plenty of them. If you ever want to talk about the NBA All-Star Weekend, you're going to hear a hell of a lot of that out of me.
We can talk about that. I'll also
Cooper Flagg says he wants to come back next year.
He did. That was one of the topics we were going to talk about. As a matter of fact, we'll do that. Let's do that next. We'll talk about how Cooper Flagg, the projected number 1 pick in the overall in the NBA draft, might actually stay for a sophomore season. We'll do that next. Fan Sports Sunday on the Fan.
We used to have a billboard with our host's face on it, but only ugly people work here now.
You mama say you ugly, hey!
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Attention hockey fans, score the ultimate experience powered by Verizon.
Verizon is giving 2 lucky winners the chance to win 4 tickets to the 2025 Navy Federal Credit Union NHL Stadium Series at Ohio Stadium on March 1st. Plus 50 participants will have a chance to win a $50 gift card. Just stop by a participating Columbus Verizon store by February 18th to enter.
Get your shot at this unforgettable experience. Hurry to a participating Columbus Verizon store today to enter.
Must be legal U.S. resident of Ohio, age 18 years or older to enter. Void where prohibited. For official rules and full details, visit 971thefan.com/Verizon.
It's a celebration of savings at Giant Eagle. Join us for My Perks Appreciation Days on February 21st and 22nd. You can earn bonus perks on groceries and gas at Giant Eagle, Market District, and Get-Go. Don't miss out on these extra savings opportunities. Visit gianteagle.com/appreciation for details. Make the most of your shopping by earning more free gas and groceries with Giant Eagle and My Perks.
Winter's here, and as the snow begins to pile up outside, you might find yourself dreaming of warmer days, sunshine, barbecues, fishing, maybe even thinking about those home projects you've been putting off for forever. Why wait for spring to start planning? Now's the perfect time to get ahead. With so many roofing, gutter, and siding companies out there, it can feel overwhelming to know where to begin. With over 30 years of experience and a focus on every detail, Newman Roofing makes it simple. As a family-owned business, they're dedicated to delivering an outstanding customer experience from your first phone call all the way through to the final touches on your home. When it comes to roofing, gutters, and siding, trust the name that's been a local favorite for decades, Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF. That's 614-NEW-ROOF. 614-NEW-ROOF, or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Life. It's full of strange twists and unexpected surprises. But at AAA, it's always been our policy to look on the plus side. And our AAA Plus members tend to take the same view. Take Martin, for example. Last Monday, his morning coffee surprised him with an extra 10 degrees of Fahrenheit. Ouch! It was just the jolt of energy he needed to start the day. Later, when his shirt was targeted by the mustard on his burger, he became a proud trendsetter.
Martin, looking good.
And when he walked face first into a sparkling glass door, he was happy to provide some much-needed entertainment for his coworkers.
I'm okay.
And of course, when his car battery took early retirement, Martin felt no resentment. He knew there was a plus side. AAA's expert roadside assistance was only a call away.
Hello, AAA. Are you in a safe location?
While we can't all be like Martin, we can become a AAA Plus member and experience the peace of mind that comes with living on the plus side. Towing is subject to a 7-day waiting period. Terms and conditions apply.
All of our local shows have been ranked in the top 10 in the country by our industry peers, except for Timmy Hall and the Buckeye Show. I was going to make a joke about it, but it's more sad than anything. Poor Timmy, the fan.
Get Eco.
ECO. Aaron, look what I invented.
Jerry, you're wearing a cape.
Get Eco.
ECO. What is it that you promise our customers, Aaron?
We come through for you when you need us to.
Get Eco.
ECO. Do you know who does that, Aaron?
We do?
Superheroes do that, Aaron.
Superheroes! I'm guessing you made capes for everyone?
That's right. Every plumber, electrician, and HVAC technician. But I'm not done, Aaron. I'm not done.
Get Eco.
ECO. Now I'm inventing jetpacks so we can fly to the rescue like proper superheroes. Now say your line again.
We come through for you when you need us to?
No, say it like this. We come through for you when you need us to.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Jerry.
Yeah, Aaron?
How about we put those capes in the closet until you get the jetpacks perfected?
We'll look right when we take flight.
Get Eco.
ECO. Eco. Plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians. GetEco.com.
Bring the thrill of the stadium to your wallet with the Love My Crew checking account from Pathways, the only checking account that rewards you for being a Crew fan. Pathways Financial Credit Union, your true financial partner. Federally insured by NCUA.
At Diamonds Direct, we believe luxury is an experience and not a price tag. Luxury is expert guidance. It's the selection of 10 jewelry stores under one roof. It's saving time on endless comparison shopping, and you'll only find this experience at Diamonds Direct. Our luxury showroom has it all backed by our lifetime warranties and our signature best price guarantee. Diamonds Direct is the perfect combination of luxury and value, so you don't ever have to compromise. Learn more at diamondsdirect.com. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
Every child deserves a safe, loving, and permanent home. Help the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption find families for children who've lingered in foster care the longest. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
As we go into tonight, though, chance of snow showers turns down, and we have mostly cloudy skies overnight with lows in the teens. For Monday, partly sunny with highs in the 20s. However, with gusty winds, the feels like could get down into the teens or single digits. Stay safe, everyone. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with your 10 weather impact forecast.
News, opinions, and insight all before breakfast. Rise and shine with Morning Juice.
Weekdays starting at 6.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. You're listening to The Fan. It's Sunday. We're a sports station, and we shall call it Fan Sports Sunday.
Brilliant. Calling Fan Sports Sunday on Sunday. The Saturday show is Fan Sports Saturday, by the way.
And sometime we have 2 Fan Sports Saturdays back to back.
We do. We've had that before. Fan Sports Saturday 2, Electric Boogaloo is what they call it.
Excellent.
Do you know Michael Loeb?
Oh, yeah, that's my buddy.
Okay, good. Because he chimed in on the chat and said, let's go Cole Bart.
There we go.
I didn't know if it was a fan or a friend.
No, it's a friend. It's only a matter of time before Cole Bart just becomes the on-air name.
Another breaking news there. Cole Bart, that's where he's going.
Breaking, yeah. I'm taking my talents to Cole Bart.
That's what you're going to do. Cole Bart's a cool name.
I got a last name that's hard to spell / hard to pronounce. So, for show business, hey, we're technically in show business.
Can I make a suggestion?
People might laugh at that, but we are in show business, whether you like it or not, folks. So for show business purposes, at some point in time, Cole Bart will become my name.
Famous bad guy. Black Bart. Why can't you be White Bart?
Sure.
But
only because I don't know who that is. That's the only reason I can't.
That's fine. I'm telling you.
Do I need to know the reference?
Black Bart's an old time bad guy cowboy, I think. And you could be
all right. Like an old Western movie type guy?
He wore black, yes.
Okay.
Bad guys wear black. Black cats are bad luck. Bad guys wear black. Must have been a white guy who started all that.
So
it's a famous line from Public Enemy.
So I have to be a cowboy dressed up in white. Do I have to dress up like Buckeye guy? Because I don't want to do that.
Black cats are bad luck. That was third base. Black cats are bad luck. Bad guys wear black. Must have been a white guy who started all that. Third Base.
Very nice.
Is the name of the band that did that one. The Gas Face song, if you want to go back and look it up on YouTube.
Is that the song you were singing in your Twitter profile picture?
Oh, yeah. The song, my profile picture was an Elvis tribute concert.
You got a cool Twitter profile picture. You look like you're rocking out on stage.
Thank you. I was. I had a scarf on. Somebody had bought me a Graceland, and I'm out there doing it. And it was thank you very much to Sons of Gladys for letting me do that a few years back. And I'm gonna do it again sometime. But yes, it was not great, but it was a bucket list thing for me. By the way, the white guy thing that we just brought up, Mac McClung, right? He won the dunk contest yesterday.
Sure.
I am convinced that he won it because he's white. Spud Webb won it because he was short. Spud Webb was not a better dunker than Dominique or Jordan. I don't care what you say. Spud Webb was 5'6", whatever he was, out there dunking. Spud Webb won it because he was short. Mac wins it because he's white.
And Candace Parker won it because she was a woman.
That's another one, too. There we go. But I'm just saying. I think that's true. What do you got to say, Rymer?
I was just going to say, did you guys see the series of tweets that happened after the dunk contest from Ja Morant?
Oh, yeah, they're all... So cut that out.
Ja tweeted, Mac might make me decide to dunk.
There we go.
And then he added to the thread, Zach and AG, what's up, with the little eyeball emoji.
Oh, with Aaron Gordon, yes.
And Zach LaVine quote tweeted him and said, thinking I might have to again.
See? There we go.
I hope I'm wrong. 0 for 4. I think, and Giannis was messing around with this too, saying that if Ja Morant does it, he'll do it. So everybody's in on this. 0 for 4. Not one of them will do it next year.
Well, there was a clip going around, too, of LeBron in 2010 telling, at the dunk contest in 2009, telling Shaq and Kenny and all them that you can book me in for next year, 2010, NBA dunk contest. Ultimately did not.
Did not do it.
I'm good for obscure references. I am almost positive, and I'm hoping my brain doesn't fail me. I'm pretty sure at some point in history, Magic Johnson offered LeBron $1 million to do the dunk contest.
That might be accurate, actually. I believe I've heard something like that.
There's one.
I think I have.
Rymer?
He doesn't know. Rymer's.
Okay, Tito, it's you and me, brothers in arms on this one.
Honestly, you don't want me on your team. You don't want me to back you up on things.
No.
Like, honestly, I've got friends.
See, LeBron didn't go to college. That's why he doesn't know this. LeBron didn't play college basketball.
He didn't.
Shoot.
I'm just telling you, I don't.
I think I'm right about that, though.
Listen to me.
Or I got ball sacked.
You don't want
because once upon a time there was that fake story that some Russian billionaire offered $1 billion for Serena Williams and LeBron to breed. That was actually a fake story, but for years I thought it was real.
I'm just telling you.
I'm today years old.
Do not.
I thought that was real for the longest time.
There you go.
Do not put me as a job reference. Do not say, Tito knows it. Don't do that because it will end poorly for you. And
I know, because Fish texted you mid-segment and said you don't have the job security you think you do. I saw that on social.
Yeah, that honest to God happened. I did get a text
I was listening
it was
live.
right there. Yes, it was right there when it happened. It did happen. That's not, people might think it absolutely did happen. And the fact that I brought up the only reason McClung won, he was white, and you said ball sack in the same segment. If you've got that on your bingo card, you can place an X on that one or a circle, whatever you have to do for the bingo card.
If you have 4 breaking news sounders, you also got that.
4 also, so far. Look, the show's not over yet. We've still got 38 minutes left.
And if you have 4 guests in a row.
4 guests in a row. Yeah. But unprecedented, and I expect a text or an email from Fish on that as well. As don't do that.
And
don't have 4 guests
and
in a
if
row.
you had an entire segment on Tyvus Powell without him being here, that's a free space.
That's a free space right there, because that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Cooper Flagg. Oh, by the way, let's do the first. USA beat Canada in hockey last night 3-1. Great win. Clinched spot in the championship game.
And that is why I have no idea what happened in the dunk contest except for Matt McClung, because those are the only highlights I saw on Twitter, because I didn't watch a second of that crap. USA versus Canada, that was awesome.
3 fights in the first 9 minutes, right? Yeah. Is that what it was? Or 9 fights in the first 3 minutes? One or the other. Breaking news again. I'm not going to play it, though. But, yeah. So, oh, God. Thank you for playing that, Reimer. I appreciate that. Great timing by you.
He just can't get enough
mega
of it.
producer.
Nope.
I know. So, Daytona 500 going on right now. Is that accurate?
I have golf and college basketball on right now. I have no idea.
I think the Daytona 500 is going on.
Our TVs are blank.
They're blank right now. And that's okay, because I'm not going to watch the Daytona 500, but if you're a racing fan, you are watching it. I can't tell you who's winning.
I'm watching
I can't tell you what's going on. That's what I do. Are you kidding me? Dude, I can't watch or listen to myself enough. I'm on a constant, like a loop of me. So, Reimer, producer guy, take a look. Let me know if the Daytona 500 is going on and who's winning so we can update people on that. And
what channel is it even on?
NBC or Fox, one of the two.
Could be on ABC, couldn't it?
No.
You don't think?
I don't think so. Reimer, you didn't have Daytona 500 in your update?
He didn't have it on there.
It's 6 o'clock.
At 1:30, I think.
What kind of an update anchor are you if you're not giving us play-by-play of the Daytona 500?
Because the Ohio State basketball team had a game today.
Exactly. Yeah.
Cooper Flagg may come back. He has said he says he wants to go back to Duke next year. He's not sure if he can or not. Not sure if he's pulling our leg. It could be like your Russian millionaire story for the LeBron and Serena thing. I'm not sure.
They should have bred.
Maybe they should have. And again, ball sack bread and white guy winning dunk contest all in the same segment.
Speaking of Serena, I didn't realize she was ever with Drake until the halftime show.
I didn't know that either. I had no idea.
She was with Drake?
Apparently.
At some point in history.
There's some beef there.
Oh, my God.
No, we're not going to do it again. No. But yeah, okay. Anyway, Cooper Flagg, do you really think there's a chance he'll come back next year?
No. And this is where we're going to find out what kind of coach John Shire is. Now, I would say that John Shire should say, yeah, please come back. But Zion Williamson had said in stories that he wanted to come back, but Coach K said, no, you're too good for this. He said, go to the league. You're probably going to be the number 1 pick. He was. And so Coach K nixed that.
But that was pre-NIL.
Okay. Well, you know what? You make a good point.
I think that's the good thing about NIL is because it allows college players to come back and play more at their universities. But I think
number 1 pick money.
Number 1 pick money. And what also might be the kicker is his deal with New Balance, because I thought he can't wear any of that while at Duke. And he still has a deal with them, all intents of when he gets to the next level.
He has just a New Balance deal ready and waiting for him?
He did like a full ad and everything before he even played a college basketball game.
Hit it.
I'm not going to do it. Okay. I'm not going to overplay this thing, dude. We can't keep doing this.
I don't want to hear it again. I just want to...
Reimer, don't play. Reimer.
Yeah, I think Tim played that one.
There we go, Reimer.
I'm having fun. Are you having fun?
If you'd stop hitting the breaking news thing, I'd have a lot more fun, because now it seems repetitive and people think that it's because of... Okay, we're not going to do it again. Anyway, I don't know... the New Balance deal, I get it. Or Under Armour. What'd you say it was New Balance?
New Balance.
Yeah, New Balance deal. Okay. But I wonder, though, if he's going to consider where he might, like, what team might take him. I know you won't know for sure, but, like, we know the Wizards are going to be one of the teams in that mix. Could that affect his decision or not?
I just feel like for how good he is, this is a Tim Duncan thing, or Victor Wembanyama where it's rigged again. Patrick Ewing where it gets rigged.
I would say no. I don't think you can consider that because the NBA has had many teams at the bottom of the well that have been there for multiple years.
Yep.
So wherever you go, they're going to be bad, and they're going to have been bad unless they rig it for once.
I'm just sitting here thinking, are we really going to send Cooper Flagg to Utah?
But they didn't rig it for Zion, though. The Knicks were up there, and they got third.
Yeah. I don't think they rig it.
That was a huge conspiracy with that, and they didn't do it.
The Knicks thing, I understand. The Knicks thing's got the frozen envelope thing. When the Knicks won the first NBA lottery they had, by the way, before that, I don't know if you guys know this stuff, before the lottery they did with Ewing, in the years prior to that, for many years, they would have the worst team in the East and the worst team in the West. Regardless of the records of other teams in each conference, the two worst teams, they would flip a coin to who gets one and who gets two. That's how they would do it.
I think they should just play a game.
I'd like that too. But then they go to the lottery. In the first year of the lottery, every team had the equal amount of chance. Like every team had one envelope in the thing. And supposedly the Knicks thing, the theory is, conspiracy theory is that it was a frozen envelope. It was colder envelope. And so Stern knew which one to grab out to make it the first pick. Yeah. But every team in that first year had equal chance of winning the lottery. Now they've obviously weighted it in different ways. I don't think they will rig it for Cooper Flagg and where he goes. Last year with the Wizards and Hawks having the first two picks, last year would have been a year to rig it also to get them away from those two franchises because they suck. But I don't think they'll rig it for Cooper Flagg.
Right now on Tankathon, the Wizards are projected to have the number one. The Pelicans are after them, then the Jazz, and then the Hornets.
I'm so glad you said that because my next question was going to be, can we name who would be the team they would rig it for?
Well,
do we know the NBA standings off the top of our heads about who's bad? Like, the Wizards are terrible. They've been starting, I know this season, at least at full health, the Wizards have been starting 3 different players who are all 19 and younger, I'm pretty sure.
Well,
or at least 20 and younger, probably 19 and younger.
Is the bottom 3 teams all the same odds now?
Yes.
That's what it is.
The Hornets have been there forever.
Yeah.
These teams don't get out of the basement.
It's them, and then like the Pistons just had repetitive 5th overall picks the last few years because everybody thought they would get Wembanyama, and it ended up being San Antonio.
And that's
Cade's an all-star.
If it turns out that, like, say San Antonio does miss the playoffs and they're in the lottery and they do end up getting Cooper Flagg, then I'll say it's rigged.
I think it's going to be the Bulls because I think Adam Silver wants to get Chicago back in the mix.
All right,
third biggest market in the country.
Chicago is,
and right now they are 8th on Tankathon, and there's still a lot.
That would be a huge rig job if you go from 8 to 1.
There's still a lot of basketball to be played, though.
I will. I got so much beef with the NBA right now. If they do that, like it's all in on. We can't watch this.
We'll still watch it.
Will we?
Look, honestly,
speak for yourself.
College basketball.
I like the playoffs. I like the playoffs a lot. But there is a noticeable difference in effort between regular season and playoffs.
There absolutely is, no doubt about that.
That's a problem.
I'm just saying that if they do rig it, if he goes to San Antonio, I would love to watch the Spurs with De'Aaron Fox and Wembanyama,
Stephon
Castle and Flagg. That would be a lot of fun to watch. Hell, I wish they'd give him to the Lakers. Whatever it is, give him to Boston. I would watch it no matter what. I don't watch Wizards or Hawks or Hornets basketball or Jazz for that matter.
Yeah, 10 o'clock games every home game for him. That's really when we're going to watch Cooper Flagg.
Is Walker Kessler on Utah?
Yes.
Okay, I can name one Jazz player off the top of my head.
Former North Carolina player.
Yeah, and then was a lot better at Auburn.
Yes, I wish he stayed in that Carolina blue.
I know, he was a triple-double machine getting blocks.
He'd be a super senior this year if he stayed all the way through it, which Carolina really needs right now.
Sterling Manley didn't work out for you guys, did he?
Not entirely. I thought he still gave a lot of good minutes, but just couldn't really ever stay healthy too, which stunk because I really liked him.
All right, coming up in 2 minutes. Could a Super Bowl winning quarterback be on the move? We'll do that next. Fan Sports Sunday on the Fan.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals with savings beyond low prices. Like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Save big on this family favorite. Red, green, or black seedless grapes are only $1.88 a pound with your card and digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Attention hockey fans, score the ultimate experience powered by Verizon.
Verizon is giving 2 lucky winners the chance to win 4 tickets to the 2025 Navy Federal Credit Union NHL Stadium Series at Ohio Stadium on March 1st. Plus, 50 participants will have a chance to win a $50 gift card. Just stop by a participating Columbus Verizon store by February 18th to enter.
Get your shot at this unforgettable experience. Hurry to a participating Columbus Verizon store today to enter.
Must be legal U.S. resident of Ohio, age 18 years or older to enter. Void where prohibited. For official rules and full details, visit 971thefan.com/Verizon.
Back in the studio with a return visit from
Todd Schmelt.
Todd, the last time you were with us, you claimed to be
the dumbest person in Columbus.
You're being really hard on yourself.
Not in the least. You know what I got?
I hate to ask.
One of them thermostats with the dial and the needle. Woo, woo, woo.
Maybe that's not modern, but not...
What am I? Eli Whitney, Elias Howe, Johann Gertis?
I don't know who those people are.
Those are old-timey people from the 19th century, and that's me. Outdated, like my silly old thermostat.
Okay, look, you're not the dumbest guy in Columbus. You just haven't called Apex pros.
The pros who knows?
Those guys. Whether it's the latest technology, fixing your furnace, or a brand new system, they know all the stuff so you don't have to.
I don't have to know it all?
Nah, you just have to know the pros who knows.
Apex Pros. I'm not the dumbest guy in Columbus.
I didn't even know who Johann Gertis was.
Inventor of the gas-powered unicycle. Look it up, doy.
Okay, you don't have to be me.
No doubt about it. Columbus loves Apex Pros, the pros who knows. ApexPros.com.
During this 10-second promo, Rothman will lose money gambling on something.
People like you come here and blow the family nest egg that built this town.
Rothman and Ice.
Weekdays from noon to 3.
The Fan. Coffee? These guys don't need coffee. They're jacked on life and Buckeye football. You're listening to Fan Sports Sunday.
Fan Sports Sunday. Tito, Cole, Bryce B15.
Don't even.
Cole, can you talk about Tyrod Taylor? I don't know what that's from.
No, he's a Cleveland sports fan. He's got this obsession with Tyrod Taylor.
All right.
5-star recruit by Virginia Tech. They don't get many of those.
This
Him
is
and
like,
Marcus Vick.
This is the second show you've done at the Fan, right? As a sitting in the number 2 chair there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Second show.
Mm-hmm.
You already get more love than I've gotten in however many years I've been here.
I've gotten 2 YouTube comments from people I already know. I don't think that counts for anything.
More than me. Because there's people I know that are watching. And my dad's watching it.
I already forget.
My dad won't comment.
Man, you told a story one time about a friend, and I already forget your friend's name. I love the name drop it right now, but I can't remember it.
I don't know which friend it would be.
I don't know, but I had
the Temple of Doom. Could have been Jimmy the Temple.
No,
it wasn't him. I don't have many friends. Anyway, so good for you. I'm glad you get all the love on YouTube.
Yeah.
Go to hell, everybody. Anyway,
I agree.
So the Rams have already said they are trying to actively trade Cooper Kupp. He's got a huge cap hit. He's old and injured. Often still a great receiver, but they may also be moving Matthew Stafford if they can't rework his contract. And there's been a few teams out there that have been linked to him. The Browns, one of them. The Steelers, another one. Stafford, if I'm the Browns, yeah, he's certainly better than what you've got there already. The Steelers have nothing right now because both Fields and Russell Wilson are free agents.
Yeah.
So Stafford might be better there, but I don't know if I was a franchise, if I would want to invest in Matthew Stafford unless it's just a bridge situation. He's got $4 million in guaranteed money in 2025. There's no guarantees on his deal in 2026. Last year, he threw for over 3,700 yards, 20 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Would you be interested in him as a bridge quarterback, or would you be interested in him as like a 2 or 3 year quarterback also?
2 or 3 would be the max. So
right.
You threw out a couple teams there. You threw out our Steelers.
Our Steelers, yes.
I forgot about that.
Yes.
I hate to say it, but with the Steelers, they're not bad enough to be out of contention no matter where they are, basically. Right. So actually for them, I think Stafford would make some sense because the Steelers at some point have to bottom out and like draft a quarterback for real.
Right.
Because the problem is in the NFL is that nobody lets their really good quarterbacks hit free agency. So that's a bit of a problem. So the only options on the free agent market are going to be a Matt Stafford type, like kind of a middle-of-the-road type quarterback who his own team didn't want to invest in him long-term. Not to mention the fact that he's going to be pushing 40 years old here pretty soon. So that's a concern. Browns, absolutely not. I think you have to be pretty solid in win-now mode, or at least a little bit in win-now mode. The Browns are not in that. So I don't think Matt Stafford would make much sense for the Browns.
So on CBS Sports, Tyler Sullivan put out 3 trade packages for different teams. Tell me if you would take these trades if you are the team trading for Stafford.
Okay.
This one for Pittsburgh has the Rams getting the number 21 pick overall this year from Pittsburgh.
No.
It's not done yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
A second-round pick this year.
Even worse.
A conditional second-round pick next year that could be a 1 if Stafford plays 65% of the snaps.
What are we?
For Stafford and number 26 overall this year. So you're only sliding back 5 spots this year.
Right.
You give up a 2 this year, and you give up a 2 or a 1 in 2026. Would you make that deal for Stafford if you're Pittsburgh?
I still say no.
Okay.
I don't think we're close enough to a Super Bowl for that. And especially if we're talking about conditions, I don't care about how much he's on the field. I care about how much we're winning. So any conditional pick, there should be a lot of conditional picks in there. And you know what? If we're winning, they can have all the picks. They will have earned it with our success with Stafford. But no, just him being on the field 65% of the time, I don't care. Because if we go, if he's out there 65% of the time and we go 9-8 again, I'm not pleased with that.
That's very similar to the Jets deal they made for Aaron Rodgers, is what they're saying. It's very similar to what they did with Rodgers and the Packers. That's why they,
Well, shouldn't we learn from that?
I would think so, yeah. I know it didn't work with him. Minnesota. Rams get number 24 overall for Stafford. If you're Minnesota, you've still got, obviously, J.J. McCarthy there is coming back from an injury. And Darnold, if you don't believe in him after the way the season ended, would you trade number 24 overall for Stafford?
Who's this author?
Vikings.
No. Who wrote the article? This is a terrible idea.
Sam
Darnold.
Tyler Sullivan.
Okay, Tyler Sullivan. You got to understand that Sam Darnold was a lot better than Matt Stafford this year. I know it's very convenient to go with the last thing that we saw, and football fans are really good off of just making opinions off the last thing that they saw. They have terrible memories. But Sam Darnold over the course of the season was a lot better than Matt Stafford. So why would the Vikings say no to Sam Darnold, who is a lot younger? And I guess the answer would be because Matt Stafford's had more success over his career, but you got to factor in his age.
And,
old people don't get better.
I take offense to that, and that's okay. It sounds like you said that way too confidently while looking at me. I wasn't looking at you.
I was trying to pass you the ball back.
No, you were
trying to be a good radio partner.
When you said guys don't get better as they get older. And quite frankly, it's an HR situation now. Because
Reimer, right. Is this ageism? Is this a new term?
I think he's just coming at your golf game.
It could be that too. That's what I'm saying is that it was disrespectful.
You think I'm coming at anybody for their golf game? Dude, I sat out of that segment.
Okay. The Giants giving up a number 2 this year, number 34 overall, a number 2 next year for Stafford. Would you do it as a Giants? And you can still use your first round pick on a quarterback if you want to. You give up a 2 and a 2 for Stafford.
Wait. Number 2 and
No. The number 34 pick or second round. 2 second-round picks. Number 34 overall this year, a second-round pick next year.
No.
And you've got a guy who can come in and bridge, who can throw to Malik Neighbors, who can bridge.
What? To teach Shador or Cam? Tyler Sullivan, you got to understand. Matt Stafford is old, okay? And old people don't get better at their job.
I'm sorry, speak up. I can't hear you.
Yeah, old people don't get better at their job.
Hang on just a second.
So you got to understand that putting Matt Stafford on all these bad teams as he is progressively getting worse doesn't make a hell of a lot of sense for teams that are looking to be good 2-3 years from now. Okay? So if we're going to put together all of this fiction of where's Matt Stafford going to be? Could it be Team A, Team B, Team C? Pick teams that are kind of in the middle and are looking at themselves in win now mode and need one more piece. That's what we should be looking at. Not teams that are getting rid of their better quarterback to bring in Matt Stafford to then groom another first-round quarterback who just got drafted last year in Minnesota. The profiles don't fit, man.
Coming up next. If I can remember and stay awake and eat my tapioca pudding on the break. We'll do more NFL. An all-time great was given a deadline by the only team he's ever played for. What should he do? We'll tell him next. This is Fan Sports Sunday on the Fan.
Whatever you're doing right now, just know that Bo Bishop is enjoying a sip of bourbon, even if this promo is playing in the morning. No judgment.
Ah, sweet morning drinking.
The Fan.
Save a good deal more at Meijer with bulk Gala, Fuji, or Pink Lady apples, just 99 cents a pound. Plus, during the 7 for $7 sale, you pay $1 each when you mix or match any 7 or more on participating items, like Meijer frozen vegetables, Bush's beans, Red Gold canned tomatoes, Meijer facial tissue, and Powerade sports drink. Getting more for your money with the Meijer 7 for 7 sale. Now that's the good life. Exclusions apply. See all deals in-store or in the Meijer app.
Winter's here, and as the snow begins to pile up outside, you might find yourself dreaming of warmer days, sunshine, barbecues, fishing, maybe even thinking about those home projects you've been putting off for forever. Why wait for spring to start planning? Now's the perfect time to get ahead. With so many roofing, gutter, and siding companies out there, it can feel overwhelming to know where to begin. With over 30 years of experience and a focus on every detail, Newman Roofing makes it simple. As a family-owned business, they're dedicated to delivering an outstanding customer experience from your first phone call all the way through to the final touches on your home. When it comes to roofing, gutters, and siding, trust the name that's been a local favorite for decades, Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF. That's 614-NEW-ROOF. 614-NEW-ROOF, or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Breaking news coming in from Bet3. Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio.
It's a different world today than it was 30 years ago when I started Care Heating and Cooling. This is Mike Weens, now the retired founder of Care Heating and Cooling with my sons, Dennis and Ryan.
Dad, 30 years ago, you were the first to warn of companies using service technicians as salespeople, of abusing the trust that a service technician has. With the big conglomerates now buying companies all over Central Ohio, this has become the normal business model.
It's all about greed. The conglomerates know they can make a lot more money by incentivizing their technicians to sell furnaces instead of fixing them. They train their techs to take advantage of a customer when they are the most vulnerable.
Dad, that is not how we were taught. In 2024, Care Heating and Cooling was awarded a BBB Torch Award for ethics and was named the Lennox Partner of the Year. You don't earn those awards by leaving cat toys behind.
Call Care Heating and Cooling at 1-800-COOLING or schedule an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com. When you need a company you can trust.
Guess what? Our ugly faces are on YouTube. Search 971 The Fan and watch all your favorite shows. Laptop, phone, tablet, smart TV, we're everywhere. Bring us in the bedroom with you. Yes, The Fan.
Attention hockey fans, score the ultimate experience powered by Verizon.
Verizon is giving 2 lucky winners the chance to win 4 tickets to the 2025 Navy Federal Credit Union NHL Stadium Series at Ohio Stadium on March 1st. Plus 50 participants will have a chance to win a $50 gift card. Just stop by a participating Columbus Verizon store by February 18th to enter.
Get your shot at this unforgettable experience. Hurry to a participating Columbus Verizon store today to enter.
Must be legal U.S. resident of Ohio, age 18 years or older to enter. Void where prohibited. For official rules and full details, visit 971thefan.com/Verizon. Home values in Columbus are sky high, and you have a ton of equity. Your financial advisor thinks the market has peaked. So if you're thinking about selling, it's time. Except for 2 things. High interest rates will burn you on a new home loan, and you're not ready to move. Savvy financial advisors suggest Truehold's new Sell and Stay program. It's ingenious because they buy your home now while its value is high, but you can stay in your home as long as you want with an easy, affordable lease. Smart, right? Truehold will make you a solid cash offer, not a lowball offer like the others. It's based on your home's current value. The cash is yours to travel, pay off bills, or secure your retirement. And again, you can stay in your home with a comfortable lease. Truehold covers property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. See how much Truehold will pay for your home today. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out your home's value without moving. That's Truehold.com.
Hoops fans, are you ready to score big and get lucky this March?
What's up? It's T-Bone. I'm here to tell you that Bud Light will be holding mini Hoops challenges at bars and restaurants across town over the next several weeks with one goal in mind:
to send one lucky local winner to Las Vegas, where they'll compete for $10,000.
Take your shot at March Madness glory. This week, join Bud Light on 2 different nights. Thursday, there'll be at Classics Pickerington on Stone Creek Drive from 8 to 10 p.m. Then on Friday at Pastimes in Worthington from 7 to 9.
Both events will have a mini Hoops basketball challenge that'll give you a shot at a Vegas trip and $10,000.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Take the Fan with you wherever you go with the Fan app. Download it now, or we'll find you. You bring your lunch money today? Good, give it to us. This is Fan Sports Sunday.
Thank you to our guests today. We had Mekka Don on. We had Kevin McGuff, head coach of the Ohio State women's basketball team. By the way, they play at noon tomorrow against Iowa at home. Go check that out. I promise you, you will be entertained.
You'll be on 1460.
ESPN, ESPN 1460 will be on that one. And then also we had John Gerber on, and of course the former heavyweight champ Buster Douglas. By the way, Reimer, get ready because I'm going to ask your opinion on this one. So the Chiefs have given a deadline. They want Travis Kelce to let them know by mid-March if he's going to play or retire. The Chiefs want to have that answer.
Or else what?
I don't know what the or else is on that one. But they said they have a timetable for it. They just said they are giving him to around mid-March to make his decisions. They know how to go forward on that one. Now, Kelce had a good year this year. Not as good as the previous year, but still a good year this year. But was obviously invisible in the Super Bowl, as were much of the Chiefs' offense. So Kelce could still play at a better than average level at tight end, I believe. Next year, if you want to play, I think he would be in the top half as far as tight ends go. Are you guys of the belief that you should go out while you're still good? Or do you think a player should play until he just can't do it anymore, even though he might have a bad end to his career, but you want to see him play as long as he can?
If you're still a starter, I think you should be able to, because I think that's a really tough pill to swallow if you're somebody's backup and you're on the sidelines watching. So that would be my thing. But I generally understand that athletes like to be at their best, and when they're not at their best, it's kind of mentally demoralizing to them when they're just like, gosh, I've hit that point. I think it was Drew Brees where his final year, he was really bad, except for one game against the Lions. And he said that was the one game that I actually felt like my full self, and I was able to play like my full self. And just, sometimes it's time. You could be one of the 32 best at your position, but if you're 16 or 18 or 27 or something like that, and you're in the bottom half of the league and you're used to being one of the top 5 of your position, I think it's really tough on the athlete who's always been at their best to watch everybody around them get better and then kind of look at themselves in the mirror and go, how can I not do this anymore?
As a fan, Reimer, do you want guys to retire before they deteriorate?
I think I'd be on that. I'd go out on a high note.
Okay.
That's why, when Roy Williams retired, it was very shocking when it was on April 1st. And I thought everybody thought it was April Fool's joke. But it was after a very bad year with the bubble tournament and barely sneaking in. I thought he still had at least one more good run in him. And I thought it'd be like a Coach K-esque where he went, not where it was a celebration
where he went on tour.
I don't think it would have. I think he still would have done it the way he did, but after a run to the Final Four, winning a national championship.
One of the greatest baseball players of all time was Willie Mays. And he was one of the people they talked about a lot because he hung around and played until in his early 40s. I think he might have been 42, but early 40s, I think it was. And his last year or so, he played with the Mets, and he was a shell of his former self. There's been times he was mocked for sometimes falling down in the outfield. One of the greatest center fielders of all time who would slip and fall in the outfield. So he was not the same young Willie Mays. A lot of people thought he hung on too long. Michael Jordan, when he came back to play for the Wizards for a few years, He was not the same Michael Jordan. He's not the high-flying guy. He still had some good games.
Didn't he still average over 20, though?
He did average over 20. No doubt he did.
Low 20s compared to the high 20s that he was.
Right. He was, low 20s, but not the same game. He was not shooting as well. Kobe Bryant, his last few years.
Oh, yeah. He hung around way too long.
Okay. But when I was younger, yes, I was younger. When I was younger, I had the belief, the same way you guys are talking, like, you know what? I don't want to see you suck. As I've gotten older, though, and out of the three of us, my days are numbered more than your guys' days are numbered, in all likelihood. I don't know what you're going to do. Off the air, I don't know what the hell you guys do. Maybe not. I'm just saying.
Knocking on wood right now that you're correct.
I'm just saying right now, though, I am certainly on the 16th hole, and you guys are still on the front nine. But as I've gotten older, I don't mind it as much because with Kobe, he had that last game, 61 points or whatever it was that last game?
60.
Okay, 60. He had the last game. Wasn't a great shooting night, but a fun night anyway. And I don't care if it was, how much it was, they didn't play defense on him. He shot 100 times, whatever it was. It was a moment still that Kobe had. He had that moment. And if he would have retired 3 years earlier, we would not have had that moment with Kobe.
Or you could have just had that moment 3 years earlier.
But I'm saying, though, but the fact we get to see another moment as a sports fan is what I liked. I liked having one more moment with him.
Or like when Jeter had his walk-off in Yankee Stadium, his last game in Yankee Stadium.
A lot of people thought Jeter hung around a year too long. But I liked that moment. Now, the only sport I feel differently about is boxing, because boxing is a different thing. And when you see a guy who's just getting his butt beat, like to the point where it's bad for his health, Ali, for instance, but guys, Holyfield near the end, guys like that have hung on too long.
Tyson versus Paul,
which I don't ever want to talk about. But yeah, so in other sports, though, if I get a chance, if I can see Jordan score 40 one more time, if I can see in baseball, Pujols have another game-winning hit or whatever, or see Kershaw throw another complete game shutout, which will never happen. But things like that, though, I'm okay with that in those moments and seeing those things. And so before, when I was younger like you guys, I would say, no, I don't want them to have a one bad season at the end and have me remember. Because people say, I don't remember them that way. We remember the greats regardless how they ended. Even if Kobe's situation.
Yeah, when enough time passes, yeah.
It's like, I remember when that guy did those things consistently for years and years and years. And if I get one more great moment, I'm all in favor of it. So maybe you guys will feel differently later. I don't know. But that's kind of like, I've changed my mind in that regard about guys hanging on, because I selfishly, as a fan, want one more of whatever it is. Tiger. I want to see Tiger win one more major.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like now?
Yeah, like right now.
Holy
like Tiger.
Lord, man.
Okay, Tiger right now.
That 2020 Masters or whatever year that was,
fantastic.
That wasn't good enough?
No, that was great. I want to see another one, though.
It honestly could have been a good enough one to go out on.
It could have been, no doubt about it. But I'm saying, I don't mind he's still playing, because I want the chance. Every time Tiger tees it up at the Masters, that first day, I think there's a chance. I still do.
When he birdied the first hole at the U.S. Open, I was like, "Oh, buddy."
Yeah, now we go. Now we go.
Look, he walked it in too. It was so nice.
It was Tiger.
I want to make fun of you guys for that, but I said that for years and years and years, and then the son of a gun did it, and so then I can't really say that again.
He might never do it again.
Because eventually you walked into it. It's like this whole argument, like people arguing for 20 years. Notre Dame's going to join a conference. Okay, if they join one in 15 years, eventually you'll get it right. And then it's like, were you right the whole time? I guess.
An asteroid's going to hit the Earth at some point. When it does, I'll tell you I told you so.
I'll add that the way Coach K went out was perfect.
Sure. Yeah, I agree.
No, just losing to his rival in the Final
North
Four.
Carolina. I know. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Coach K, overrated.
Here's a difference for me, too.
Yeah.
If you're going to go out limping to the finish line, do it with your own uniform. Don't switch uniforms to do it. I don't want Tony Parker going to play for the Hornets.
That's a good point.
Okay.
Robert Parrish playing for them also,
Yeah, so if you're going to do that, do it with your own team, with your own fan base. In baseball, it's convenient because they get guaranteed contracts, so the final contract kind of sets it up like that. But go out with your own team.
Stick around. The NBA All-Star Game is next, and I really do Hope you listen and hope you enjoy. That's it for Fan Sports Sunday.
If the sound of another man slammed against plexiglass turns you on, you've come to the right place. Proud to be your home for Jackets hockey. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. And everybody's had these pains, these little nicks, these things that you maybe had an injury when you were younger and you thought it went away. And then all of a sudden, as you get old, it starts to creep back. Doing everything, walking up the stairs, doing your favorite activities, golf, skiing, whatever it might be, the summer, the spring, the winter, it hurts. Hey, do not deal with it any longer. The hip, the knee, the shoulder, the back, whatever it is, there's good news. Go to QC Kinetics. They're groundbreaking treatments for that arthritis pain. They're going to make you feel better. The long-term relief, it's now possible. They're right here in Columbus under the leadership of Dr. Ray Tesner, founder of Grant Sport Medicine and a classically trained orthopedic surgeon. Don't wait. Make the call today. My dad and I did. His knee's starting to feel better. My knee feels better. They've got PRP treatments. They can change your life. I'm telling you right now. So go to qckinetics.com/Columbus for your free consultation or give them a call at 380-208-4544. It's not going to go away on its own. They've got 2 offices in Dublin and Gahanna, so check them out.
Back in the studio with a return visit from
Todd Schmelt.
Todd, the last time you were with us, you claimed to be
the dumbest person in Columbus.
You're being really hard on yourself.
Not in the least. You know what I got?
I hate to ask.
One of them thermostats with the dial and the needle. Woo, woo, woo.
Maybe that's not modern, but not...
What am I? Eli Whitney, Elias Howe, Johann Gertis?
I don't know who those people are.
Those are old-timey people from the 19th century, and that's me. Outdated, like my silly old thermostat.
Okay, look, you're not the dumbest guy in Columbus. You just haven't called Apex Pros.
The pros who knows?
Those guys. Whether it's the latest technology, fixing your furnace, or a brand new system, they know all the stuff so you don't have to.
I don't have to know it all?
Nah, you just have to know the pros who knows.
Apex Pros. I'm not the dumbest guy in Columbus.
I didn't even know who Johann Gertis was.
Inventor of the gas-powered unicycle. Look it up, doy.
Okay, you don't have to be mean.
No doubt about it. Columbus loves Apex Pros, the pros who knows. ApexPros.com.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it. Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more. With AutoPay plus taxes and fees, plus $5 per line without AutoPay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Motorola Edge on us with 24 monthly bill credits and new line for well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 per line connection charge. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.